All right. And then bonk. There we go. And then we put this here as well. All right, cool. What in the world is a racing carnival? Actually, I do not know. I don't even know there's like an event coming up. Okay. Compete in racing carnivals to earn carnival points. The heck is a racing carnival? I don't fucking know, man, but it's an event that just popped up. Get more points in the racing carnival by using lots of skills and achieving great results. Is this like team trials? Maybe? PvE team trials? Hello, Fidian. What is going on here? Each time you enter a carnival race, it will fill the challenge gauge. I see. Fill the gauge completely to start a challenge race. Be prepared, it will be very hard or even extreme difficulty. Okay. I don't know exactly how the game like what the fuck these words mean. But I do know, I think the legend races are like hard, right? And the daily races are hard. So presumably, I mean, legend races at this point are kind of like impossible to lose if you have an even remotely well-built Uma. Like you'll generally just win by distance off pure stats alone. So, happy Relink expansion day? Yeah, that's true actually. I got debated for a second. People said it was Relink 2. It's not, but it does look like a big ass, like maybe this the size of, or maybe even bigger than like the Sandalphon Lucy Zero expansion, right? So I'm looking forward to it. I love Relink. I want to play more Relink. We might check it out on here actually. You send an Uma versus NPC. You try to get first. Got it. But yeah, presumably these are actually going to be like races that are Galanza playable. I do love to hear that. You know that. I mean Maggie too, but I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy lover. Presumably these are like losable. Like maybe, like presumably these are actually maybe losable if you don't like pop your skills or something. Place top 5 to get to the spark. Okay, what? Place in the top 5 of the event to gain a carnival bonus spark. Inherits the carnival bonus spark in a career playthrough. Huh? Inherit the carnival bonus spark in a career playthrough to receive the carnival bonus skill. Uma Musume with carnival bonus skill have increased performance and likelihood of great mood in event races. What? The fuck does this mean? You get a spark by doing well in here. That spark will presumably go onto the character that you like. You bring one of your legacy Uma Musume into here. They get that spark. You can then inherit it on your other, on like the people doing careers. Awesome. But it gives you stats and increased chance of great mood in event races? Whatever. I don't know what that part means, but sure. Now, can you grandparent them? I'm not sure. Buff for the event? So it's only for the event, huh? Like, it's not like it's just a spark that gives you, like, 20 more wits forever just on that parent. It does say in event races. So I presume it's not actually, like, that useful for CM or any kind of min-maxing like that. Okay. Race, train, and repeat to level up your spark and skill. When an Uma Musume with the carnival bonus, it disappears after the event. Gotcha. Looks like just an event buff. That makes sense. When an Uma Musume with the carnival bonus skill places in the top 5 of a race, their carnival bonus spark levels up. Okay. The higher the skill level, the more the race performance and likelihood of great mood will increase. Okay. Makes sense to a guy like me. Exchange carnival points for items in the shop. Use carnival points, yeah, and then this is where you can buy rainbow shards, stuff like that. 30,000! Okay, I feel like I still don't really understand what the fuck is going on, but like we could try it out. Training wheels for Mant. Haven't decided if I'm a real carnival head. I mean, being at least somewhat of a carnival head is probably useful for this, right? I mean, these guys are pretty huge. And then, I mean, each of these is basically 150 carats. Star pieces for fantasy pasa. Interesting. You can only get 10, though. Does get your shards at least? Yeah. I mean, the shards are what? 10. They're the equivalent of 10 pulls. Because if you think of 20 shards as being a 200 pull thing, like when you get 20 rainbow crystals together, rainbow crystal shards, you get basically the equivalent of pity, which you have to spend 200 pulls to get. So even just one of them is worth 1,500 crystals. But honestly, you could argue it's much more than that because again, it's more powerful than just pity. Because pity, you have to pick something on the banner, right? The star shards, you pick literally anything that you have and limit break it. So also check event missions. What's this? Okay, so you get it refunds because you have to spend the team trials. The guarantee is worth more, IMO? Yeah, exactly, right? So I'm saying at worst, the shards are worth, every single shard, at worst, is worth 10 pulls, right? It's probably more. Second tab. Complete a career playthrough with the carnival bonus skill, 100 carats. I see. 100k, so you can get 2 out of this, huh? You can get 1 from the shop and 1 from the missions for each of them? Gain a total of 100,000 carnival points. Ay, okay. Alright, so it uses the team trials. This is good for me, because I barely fucking play team trials anyway, so finally, something to use my RP on. Now, is that my fault? Yes. Did I accidentally demote to class 4 like 2 weeks ago? Yes, but I'm 1 gold shard from full crystal. Is that right? Are you 1 ahead of me? I feel like I have... Without... Oh, but because of the story event. I'm lagging behind on the story event, that's why. I've only got 16 of these, but I should have more. I'm lagging behind on the story event. I gotta get my... Listen, this has been like the busiest week of my life. Well, the busiest week that I had all year, maybe, right? Like, including all of 2025, so I've been slacking. Okay, sure. So, let's challenge Grass Wonder on the 1600... Oh, you get star pieces of them. Still employed so far. We'll see. Tomorrow is the big due date. I think I'm gonna be good, but I'm definitely gonna be doing some work post stream probably. I have Brickman. Hello, Dagon. You get 150 carats for winning each of these once, and then you get their own star pieces too. Cool. Yeah, I mean, this should be the equivalent of like a legend race or a daily race, right? So I assume there's basically nothing to fear here. You just send this Christmas Ogre at her and she should explode. Presumably. I mean, does Grass Wonder have hands? Where is she? She's B rank? She might have. I would assume Grass Wonder does not have hands. Let's see. She's all the way at the end, right? Yeah. They don't have hands? Yeah. It looks to me like she doesn't have hands. Now, the extreme Pasa... What the fuck? Why is there like a story, a little cutscene associated with this? Or no? Okay. For some reason I wasn't used to the zoom. It looked like it zoomed in more than normal there. He's a fraud too. The extreme Pasa. I would think he at least has a little bit more of hands, but oh, you get points for activating. Okay, yeah, Christmas Ogre is probably good for this then, since she's gonna be activating a lot of, at the very least, a lot of white recoveries, if nothing else, right? What are the whites on this Ogre? I forget. She has this is the one with straightaway recovery, right? She's gambling a little bit. Sent a parent in the race, still win. It'll be real embarrassing if we lose to the Pasa then, right? I mean, presumably we should just win on stats alone here, I would think. Right? Oh, wait, we missed our ult? Does it even matter, though? It does not matter. Okay. We literally missed our ult and won by distance. Okay, gotcha. That's a shame for the points, though. I imagine you want to, I imagine the ult is worth a good amount of carnival points, no? Was it literally by distance? No, it was 7 lengths. Okay, so they don't have hands. Wait, was that a Suzuka? Wait, why are we going again? Oh, did I hit replay? I must have hit replay. Let me find one of the Ogres might be more consistent in activating her ult, but just like not in like a good place. I think this one is banking on this one's banking on straightaway recovery for like a crazy pop sometimes, which is not get inspired by a carnival bonus spark. Yeah, it's not gonna be as good, right? Okay, let's go Murder King Halo as well, I suppose. What are your recoveries again? Oh, passing pro only activates on long. Yeah. I don't want you here. So true. Filters by bonus skill. Oh, I guess I want to send the same. You want to send the same. I mean, I don't know if it matters, but you want to send the same person over and over for the purposes of. They give the Extreme Horse 700. Gotcha. You want? It is a shame that you are built. You really only ever trigger your ult on a long, right? You're probably better. Yeah, you're probably, like, you're worse, but you're gonna trigger your ult much more consistently, which is something that I think, I mean, innate experience is completely worthless here. I'm just trying to maximize points, because it looks like activating the skills is, like, a significant portion of your points, right? Sure, this one is probably the best. Stamina should be fine as long as she pops her ult, which she definitely should. Brick, hello, Cassie. We'll stack the Carnival Sparks up on this one, I suppose. Would she be fine for a medium with this? Probably not, right? Eh? Maybe? Oh, no, I did bring her into a medium. Brick, I wish to overthrow tyrants, you know? Don't we all? What was the CM that I brought? No, this is for fucking Armakina. Yeah, no, she's fine. Never mind. This is the Ogre I brought to fucking 2,500. Yeah. These Ogres are all going to be fine on all of these lengths. There you go. Her ult, I think, should already be able to pop. Did she already activate 3? Yeah, there you go. Oh, 777s is at a really good moment here, too. Yeah! Wait a second. Rick, I'm overthrowing you? I'm not a tyrant. I'm just a little guy. I'm at 45 stream streak. Holy shit, Jay. Is the ult not worth any Carnival points? Did I miss that? Now that's what I call distance. Is the ult not worth any Carnival points? It didn't look like we got that much more. I mean, maybe it was like 100. Hello, Suki. Oh, no, it is a little... Okay, we definitely got a little more. Unique skill active... It's 150. Okay. Yeah. And so it is very similar to Team Trials, right? Good positioning, skills activated. Okay, I think Christmas Ogre will be fine for this. I don't know how to level up the Spark. Don't you have to keep racing on the same horse over and over? I think, right? But I don't think it matters until you get inspired by it anyway, right? The gauge is filled. Go for the challenge race. Okay. Is it normal to activate Recreation whilst Rico Bond is still blue? Blue, it's blue up until, like, it activates at 3 bars, which is still, that's green. But then it goes blue. Yeah. No, right. Yes. No, I don't think so. Because it goes blue and then green and then orange, right? Is that the visual progression on it? I never think of it in terms of the colors. I think of it in terms of the number. It's supposed to only activate once you get to 3 out of 5 bars. Condor pass. I'm not even halfway through the second. It should be impossible to get on unexpected sides when you're like that, yeah? Now, maybe you got some... Getting other Rico events, sure. Getting an unexpected side, I think... I'm like 3 to 4 turns in and I got Recreation. When you say Recreation, you mean you got the event where she's doing the Dance Dance Revolution? And you have the 3 options? Brickthony, hello, Acid. Yeah, I don't think, yeah? That shouldn't happen. Are you sure that's what happened? I don't think that's right, no? Did something change about it? I don't think so. Did they, like, lower the requirement secretly? Did they shadow patch the game to make it easier? I mean, I have screenshots. I mean, I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just wondering if something weird... I would like to see them just to... Because that sounds like it shouldn't happen, you know? I will say, I don't think the actual Carnival Spark, by the way, I don't think the ship matters at all. Like, I think it only... Like, you can level it up, but then you have to put it on someone in a career. That's how it works. Post-update. Which update? I'm not sure, though. Like, did they, like, sneak an update that made it easier to unlock Rico's Recreation or something? You just have to click on her once to have it active? Maybe they snuck us. They might have snuck us with an update. There were a couple of little data downloads over the past few weeks, right? Okay, does the Pasa have hands? Wait, what length are we on? This looks like this early game's not lasting that long. Looks like it's like a mile or something. Presumably the Pasa does not have hands. But can we beat her without even popping our ult? Is a more interesting question. Maybe not? Where are my recoveries? I was gonna say, brother. Should be Tokyo 1600. Okay. Where's my every rose? Oh, we're not far enough to have every rose has its tanks. Wait, are we gonna get mogged so we don't activate our ult? Nope, never mind. There it is. In fact, at the perfect time. Oh, yeah, okay. I think we do need to activate ult to win, though. Or NSM at the very least. One or the other, right? Oh, okay. Listen, I'm not saying the Pasa has hands. She's got more. Yeah, she's got more hands, though. Right? Like, what you have to realize the level I'm comparing it to here. I'm comparing it to, like, you know, the daily races, the legend races, where you can like, you can send in like a grandparent and Mog horribly. You could probably still do that to the Pasa, but like, you probably have to like activate an ult or like an acceleration skill or something. You know what I mean? 4 lengths? I mean, we hit NSM and our ult. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, if it's tough for you, that's okay. We all play at our own pace. I'm just putting a little bit of respect. Dude, I mean, she's not. That's not a complete. That's not a 0, right? He has a lot of furious feet. Ooh, furious feet. Yeah, I think that's. Listen, he's got ever so. You have to actually like pop an ult or an acceleration skill or something probably to beat her. I think it's fair. Yeah, at least looks like a real person made her. Yeah. Like these guys are like straight frauds. These are like daily race equivalents, right? Like we didn't pop our ult against Grass Wonder and we won by almost distance. The Pasa is like a bad horse. Like the Pasa is like a real but bad horse. You know? The other ones are not real horses. Gonna do a career with the Spark and see what it does. So I don't understand. My guess currently is that doing a career with the Spark gives you the inspiration. And the inspiration gives you increased stats. And if the more you level up the Spark, the bigger that stat increase is. Bro, I missed my ult. It's okay. We still win those. What the? This Ogre has 10,060 wits and 4 recoveries. And I've seen her miss her ult twice now. What are you doing to me, video game? I'm almost out of RP. Psych! Hello, little speaker. How are you on this fine evening? Doot. Supreme Commander of Japan, by the way. Out of riot points. No! I can't wait to play some Relink 1.1, man. Relink 1.5. Gate today. Oh. Saiyan Sky's still here. Does she have her ult? I presume so, right? I should really do more grinding for the New Year event. Me too, man! I'm fucked. I have I have like 400k points. Maybe not even. I might have like 300k points. And the event ends like not super long from now. It is so funny always to watch these NPC horses. Only one of my horses is a level 1 Spark and the others didn't get it. I break big Haunt's time. It's true. I don't know, man. That's true. This one hasn't gotten it, right? Has this one gotten it? I don't think she has. I got 260,000. I mean, do they still have the half TP going on? Is that still happening or did that expire? Half TP makes it easy. I just got on a second horse. Perhaps it's random. Oh, I see. Still have half TP? Yeah, so that's like you can just slam as many runs as you have free time, honestly, even with the event bonus. Every run costing 30. By the time you're done the run, you're going to recover like 10. So you can do like 5 runs before you even have to spend any of the, what's it called? The fucking TP10 or something. Hello. Are you gonna miss your fucking ult again, brother? Oh, I guess small breather is still... Yeah, it's like this decent. You shouldn't miss your ult. I don't know, I got a lot of recovery items, so even without half cost, I got plenty. I just need the motivation to do it. The motivation to do it should be those juicy rainbow fragments. Finally, a use for my 174 carat jelly. I don't even have that many, because you get these from... Wait, where do you get the carat? Oh, from... No, I got a lot. Okay, well then, I don't know, man. Listen, if you don't want to play the game, you don't have to play the game. Just don't do it. It's fine. I'm just... for me, the rainbow shards... Imagine if instead of paying like $500 US for pity, you could get it for free. You see the new Relink expansion this morning? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. Are you gonna miss your ult? Holy shit, she did. But we still... Okay. Am I losing my mind, by the way? Like, real quick. Did she miss... Every rose has its fangs. Okay, valid. We didn't get to the position to actually activate it. But she missed a small breather and 777s. She never hit either of them with 1100 wit, right? Like, that's what just happened there? That's crazy. Good to know we can still win even without it, but... Like, she did, right? She missed a small breather and she missed 777s. She missed 2, like, 91%. Back to... I need to stop playing this game on stream, man. We need to, like, keep yapping about it. Like, I only ever get the extremes. I get, like, the luckiest runs or the luckiest pulls I've ever had, or I get fucking, like, smitten from on high by Satan himself. We just had, like, 2 different... That's, like, the second time in the last 10 minutes that we've missed 2 90% in a row. What is that? It's like this fucking 1 in 1,000 chances or some shit? Cool, man. Whatever. It's like a unique inherit. Do you still get it, like, guaranteed at the start, like a unique inherit? And then you can just get more of it as it goes on? Oh, wow. You kind of have to... You have to spend a little bit of RP on this, huh? Because, I mean, I think those were decently high-scoring runs, but after exhausting the dailies, you only get 8,800. Wow. Like, you gotta actually spend some resources on this to get this. Because you only have 6 days to do this, right? So you have to get an average, or I guess 7, maybe? 6, 7? 6, 7? Yeah, you have 6, 7 days to do this. So you need to average, like, 14k a day. They kind of want you, I mean, it's not that much of a grind, but they want you, like, actually spending, either you do this in the beginning. I have, like, 170 RP refills, me too. But, like, they either want you to do this twice a day, like you do it in the beginning of the day, and then you wait for all your RP to come back and do it again at night, or you gotta spend those jellies. I mean, if we do one more cycle into Pasa, we're probably fine. Let's see. I'm not really using it that much. I mean, yeah, I don't, God knows for team trials, I don't think I've ever maybe used like 2 of those when I first started. Maybe. Just put the fucking RP jelly in the bag. Let's see. We'll use this 5 RP, maybe 6 if we need it to get the full Pasa loop, and then we should be fine. I'm at 17k. Yeah. I think you have 7 days to do it. So if you want to do the minimum, you what's it called? You just need to average like 14k a day, or not even average. Just get 14k every day. Maybe I'm not getting that many per. Like I'm only. I feel like 8 skills activated. It's not. That's not completely bitch made. Maybe I need to. If I had good team trial horses, maybe I would have something to fucking do here. But I don't, man. I don't. My team trial team is like pre-Aoharu still. I'm surprised I've been able to stay in class 5 as long as I have, to be completely fucking real with you. Getting about double your points with my Scorpio Cup ace? I guess I'm mocked? Are you activating 16 skills a run? Is that... Seriously? I'm just ass? Limited time. Oh, 20,000 monies? What a time to be alive. You're really activating 16 skills a run? Or is there something else that gives you way more points that I'm missing out on here? Like, that feels like a lot of skills to be averaging to a guy like me. Like, it's activating 7 to 8 skills a run. I guess, well, yeah, 7 to 8 whites, 1 to 2 golds. If you just, I don't know. Winning by distance. Like, are you really just activating? I guess you have to be activating over, because most of the points come from getting first, right? What does the score breakdown look like for you? Are you activating 20 skills a run? I'm very confused. I know, if it's like team trials, you would get more points for winning by less if it was like by a neck or something, but I can't do anything about that. We're about the same? Why are you getting double the points then? The unique skill's level 5 too. Like, it's not, I mean, you know, this helps a little bit sometimes. Read message above. Oh, hold on, I was confusing the challenge race points with regular. Oh, gotcha. I was gonna say, am I really that mocked? I thought, you know, Christmas Ogre feels like she'd be good for team trials, right? Because you're popping like 5 skills minimum just to exist anyway. Like, she's already built around popping a shit ton of whites. All right. So the very hard is the Pasa. Honestly, I'll fucking parfait up just in case we miss our. Just in case I miss 2 or 3 90% in a row again, because the game has a funny sense of humor. So the Pasa is the very hard, and the fantasy Pasa is the extreme. Are you weaker? Yes, you are. Okay. So yeah, I wonder, we might not be able to beat the fantasy Pasa without popping ult into. Oh, Nikyaku? Excuse me? I got us. What do you mean? Show me this race. What could possibly have happened here? I know Christmas Ogre's got a little bit of inconsistency to her naturally, but what do you mean you lost? Tell me you popped none of your fucking recoveries. She's not in position for every rose has its fangs, so that's valid, but like... She can get there. Corner recovery. Okay, we still have a small breather in triple sevens. Triple sevens. And then just hit this 90% right here. I mean, unless he loses while popping her ult, does she just get blocked or something? Oh, what happens here? She just run into someone's back straight up? Ah, yes. I see. Yeah. You can get blocked on a fuck... what do you mean when you're blocked, you're blocked? You just ulted into someone's back and just stopped into... Ah, that, you know. Fair enough. I guess. Full stop while accelerating? Yeah, that was crazy. Like, she just literally... She started getting a fucking 0.3. Oh, you can retry attributes plus 25%. Oh, that's embarrassing, brother. That was crazy. Slam the brakes. I didn't know that shit could still happen post-patch. Fucking American Century of Humiliation. Don't mind me going to retry real quick. When you're blocked, you're blocked. My god. We didn't win by distance. I'm embarrassed. Oh, we won by 9. We didn't even win by distance. This shit is so... Actually, you know, I don't want to... You know, don't even... It's okay. Don't even... It was a great time to pop the ult, too. Yeah, we get some speed carryover, and we'll get still, like, pretty much all the acceleration we need. Good positioning. They fucking hate me? That's tough. That's fucking awesome, man. Hey, mate. Oh, you are... That's actually really cool. Look at this. Twitch. Can you guys see this? You guys probably can't see this, right? Let me show you this. It says on this bloke right here, it says monitored suspicious user. Isn't that cool? Like, it's like, hey, this guy's a fucking bot. Just in case you were curious. That's pretty cool, actually. Shout out to the Twitch automod. Sometimes it's really stupid. Sometimes it's kind of got that shit together, no? They were a fan, imagine. I've seen stuff like that before, yeah. Everyone knows British people aren't real. Cheeky tried the same thing and got auto-modded. That's funny, actually, that... It says you got auto-modded for smart detection. I wonder, because is it because I just banned someone? Because the other one didn't get auto-modded. It just got highlighted to me. But I think this, because I just banned someone who typed the exact same message, it was like, ah, this guy, he might be a bot as well. That's actually pretty cool. You cannot say pound cake, no. Apparently it's sex-based terms. Yeah. Anyway, this is interesting. It is, I will say, less interesting than I thought. But it's cool. It's cool. I mean, I'll take 2 rainbow crystal shards. Don't fucking mind me, man. Can we buy the anniversary ticket yet, by the way? Because these guys are here now. Can I spend Vane's money on the anniversary ticket, or is that a later thing? I thought the free pulls were over, by the way. Is this the last day of the free pulls? I thought we only got 50. Charlie related terminology, excuse me. Automod kind of goated, you know? Every now and then. Last day, gotcha. Should be the last. Let's see, I haven't gotten really anything meaningful. I'll take some Shinko Windy dupes. Let those 2 SRs at the end there be Shinko Windy so I can MLB her. Want to play some D&D? The Pearl is seeking me once again. Ocean incoming. That's true, man. It's either 50-50 or 60-40, depending on whether you pulled on Tama's last free day or the card. Oh, okay. I pulled on Tama's last free day, and I got Tama. So, and honestly, I just finished Season 1 of Cinderella Grey recently. I might have to have 2 goats. I might have 2 goats. Low Kirk, Pearl card is good for parents for the sprint CM. Yeah, I've had her MLB for months. I pulled 7 copies of her randomly unfeatured on the first Nice Nature banner. So that's like, and I've repeatedly pulled her since then. That's like the 13th Pearl that I've pulled or something like that, probably on this account. I mean, okay, the Madafaka free pulls were basically worthless for me, but I mean, am I really gonna complain? Again, I got Tama off her free pulls, and then we're not even gonna talk about the fucking Nice Nature and Haru and New York Opera O pulls, right? So, you know, it's okay. I can get a little bit of below average, or probably about average, honestly. You probably don't expect to pull an SSR, maybe one SSR in 60 or something like that. So I can have some average luck, and I got like a couple usable SRs. I'll take it. Got Dober from the paid banner, W. Can I buy the ticket yet? Can I spend Vane's money, or is it not allowed? I know the paid banners themselves is like hella RNG, right? Isn't there supposed to be a ticket? Not yet, I suppose. Gotcha. Yeah, there's no. I don't have any vouchers, but I wonder if it would be open even if I didn't, but there was one available. How many free NTRs would you have to pull to make you consider MLBing her? 4. I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think 4. I would need to be one off. And so I just, you know, go to 30. I feel like I have like 20 something K of wiggle room right now, but the purchasable tickets are first anniversary. Gotcha. Which is, are we going to get anniversaries on a weird timing because we're on like an accelerated schedule? Like instead of after a year, we're gonna get it after 8 months, right? Yeah, around early March, because the game came out in June. Is that right? Kita-san was July, right? So the game, I think, came out on global in June. Which, by the way, nuts that this game is already, what, 8 months old or 9 months old? 8, yeah. So I guess we'll get it after so we'll get like this, it'll get more and more disparate the longer it goes, right? Like the 3rd anniversary is gonna happen like a year and 10 months in or something like that. It's going to be very odd. Because yeah, it looks like we're definitely getting the 1st anniversary early with when all this shit is showing up. First Annie's looking like mid-March. Yeah. So about 9 months. 9 months in. A racing festival's the revival of Relink. That's true, man. I am very excited for the Relink expansion. Can't wait to put a couple, well, not a couple probably, but like 100 more hours into Relink. I imagine. It'll be odd. Yeah. All right. I have a problem. I had a realization. People were talking about the accelerated pace being bad, but TBH, so far the moment I've felt any bit of burnout seep in, the next scenario is right around the corner. That is certainly nice. They also, like, really the only reason you would be upset about the accelerated pace would be if it was, like, fucking up your carrot income. Like, if relatively you had fewer carrots than the Japanese players. As far as I can tell, it's actually the opposite, right? Like, we're going at like 33% or 40% faster than the Japanese schedule, but we're getting like 50% more of all of the time-limited carrots, right? The things where more time leads to more carrots and not just like an event showing up or something. You're getting 50% more for the dailies, for club rewards, for team trials. So overall, your carrot income is actually slightly higher per day than a Japanese player, at least at this point in the game's lifespan. So I think it's fine. The only thing I guess would be if you're like, CMs would probably be the main thing, right? It was bad until they buffed our weekly income, yes. What's the point of the new PAL card? I think literally to fuck over your runs. I think it's there to randomly show up in your runs and give you corner fatigue. More serious funds, indeed. I'm now in super saving mode. I will be getting Air Shakur, the actual trainee, I assume, right? No, you're not going 90k in on the Air Shakur Wit banner. Is there even an Air Shakur Wit banner? What was I gonna say? Of course not, it's the Uma, yeah. I guess, yeah, the only thing where I could see, I like the CM meta, people don't have enough time to farm the perfect Uma. I would agree. But I could see that being just making the game feel more demanding than some people would like. Right? where it's like, you know, for if you're on the more casual end of things, it might feel like it's like, all right, I just got done preparing for the 1 CM, and now it's the next CM, is like looming, and I have to do that. But I don't know. I think you can also just be a lot more casual with it if you want. You can just like send shittier horses to the CM. It'll be fine. But I could see that. Otherwise, I really don't see any reason that the accelerated schedule should be bad, right? We also have more complete information, so I think the shorter CM prep time balances it out. Fair. Is the All Uma's banner live yet? No, I don't believe so. Is that also first anniversary? It might be. Yeah, no. There's whatever the fuck this abomination is, though. He's got to get the balance of making one that's good enough to win instead of being perfect. Indeed. Oh, no, it is. No. Yeah, this is the one, right? This is the, yeah. I would be pulling on this to pity Dober if I didn't have a donated ticket personally. If you're missing something really big, and you, like, you know, the downside to this that I didn't factor in, and why I probably should have just pulled on Dober's banner to begin with, is one of the really nice things. Trainee banners do not operate the same way support card banners do, right? One of the really nice things about pulling on an Uma banner is that you only need the one copy. So, realistically anyway, unless you, like, for some reason you really want to 5-star them, you only need the one copy. So, you can only ever, like, 30,000 is the worst case scenario. Right? Whereas for support cards, you often need at least 2, sometimes 4, depending on what you're going for, sometimes 5. So it's very common that, like, the amount that you might have to go in on it might balloon out. This, because it's very unlikely that you'll pull the exact one you're hunting for, and there's really very little reason to be pulling on this banner unless you're hunting for a particular Uma that you just want to pity. This, like, kind of locks you into, most likely, the worst case scenario. Whereas pulling on that Uma's banner in particular, you could get them. Now, you could still go to 30k, but there's also a much higher chance you just, like, get them randomly in, like, 100 pulls, 90 pulls, 130 pulls, whatever, right? So it's a significantly higher chance that you get what you want without spending 30k on, like, a dedicated Uma banner. Again, whereas this one pretty much locks you into what, for Uma banners, is the worst case. The spending 30k and pitying them, right? God forbid you're pulling on a double SSR banner. I mean, it'll still be much better than this, right? The rates on every individual Uma here is, like, less than 1/10 of the rates of an Uma on a double SSR banner. Because the rates are normally 3%, and then the featured units take up 1.5%. When there's 2 there, it means that every one of them is a 0.75%. Here, every one is, I think, a 0.0667%. I think. Something like that. So it's like 22 times less likely to pull any individual Uma, which probably means if you're just looking, yes, 6, 7, yes. If you're just looking for the one, you're almost certainly going to 30k. This is a miscalculation on my part that I was saved from by Vane giving me 20 bucks. It's not horrible. Like, if you're like, hey, if you couldn't pull, like, if you're like, oh, I just really want this particular horse and I couldn't pull on their banner, then yeah, sure. Where you put 30k in, you get the horse. Right? It's not horrible in that case. And yeah, if you're missing a lot of Umas and like any random smattering, like, oh, I got Gold City, cool, I didn't have her. Oh, I got, you know, Fantasy Condor, awesome. Oh, I got, you know, Wedding Mayano, cool. Then it could be good. But generally, I think the more I think about it, the better it probably is to just pull on a dedicated one, right? If you have, like, almost no 3-stars, I guess it's not bad. Yeah. Because a lot of them will be randomly useful for something, right? Even if it's not like, oh, this is going to be my CM ace for all of my, for every single CM. It could just be like, oh, this is like a good parent for this length and this aptitude on some cases or something like that, right? Opera O best Uma, by the way. Meisho Doto ult account. Only reason to pull here is if you want to go to 200 to spark or you don't have many Umas. Yeah, and if it's both... Like, if there's one that you're missing, and then you also don't have a lot, then it's actually pretty solid, right? It probably, at that point, you could maybe even, like, if both things are kind of equally important to you. Like, if you're missing shit tons of 3-stars, and there's one that you really want, then it's actually pretty good. But that's a very specific kind of account, right? It's still a 3% 3-star. It isn't rate up at all. What do you mean by that? All of them are, you realize, like, all of them are 3%, right? The SSR rate never goes above 3% for any of these banners. It's just based on how it's split. How do you know? I could see the :3 coming from a mile away, man. It is a slightly higher rate to pull any random 3-star here compared to on another banner. Not by that much, but it is more, right? A rate up isn't that the literal SSR rate goes up. That is almost never what that means in any gacha, yeah? Yes, exactly. So if the odds are split every which way, it's functionally just not a banner, at least in my eyes. I feel like again, it's not a banner if you're hunting for one thing in particular, yeah, right? But, like, the odds that you get, if like, most 3-stars you don't have... Like, do you not hear what I was saying earlier? Like, if you don't have most 3-stars, then the odds of pulling any random one, most of them is going to be good for you. The odds of getting some random horse is higher than on a normal banner where it's targeting one or two of them. Because, I mean, this is relatively simple, right? But normally, you have a 3% SSR rate. You have a 3% SSR rate. And then the features... If you have, like, 1 feature to 2 feature, whatever it is, however many they are, they split half of this, right? Of that 3%, 1.5% of it goes to the features, and 1.5% of it goes to the unfeatured, right? So if you're like on the Mejiro Dober banner and you really want like Saiyan Sky or something like that, your odds of pulling her are 1.5% over 20. Or whatever the fuck, right? Whereas on this banner, your odds are 3% over like 22, because you don't have the other 2 features. So the odds of randomly pulling some unfeatured horse is twice as likely, damn near, as it is on a regular banner. Is this good? Generally, no. But for a very, like, generally, no, right? Most people, probably this banner is not good for them. This is what I was saying earlier. But... for a very particular kind of account that, one, has, like, one super important horse that they're missing, that they want, like a Saiyan Sky, like a Mejiro Dober, whatever, right? And you also just are missing a shit ton of 3-stars and wouldn't mind getting some random shotgun scattering of a bunch of them. If both of those things are true for you, this banner is actually probably pretty good, right? Like, there's an argument that it's even better than a normal Uma banner, for accomplishing both of those tasks at once, you know? Now, again, that is not most people, though. That is not most people. Right up in a gacha means that the odds of getting the 3, 5, 6-star, the featured character, will in theory be on half of those 3% rolls. Yeah, rate ups is for particular characters, not the SSR rate as a whole going up. Right? There's not a single banner in this game's history so far, I'm pretty sure, that has had an SSR rate higher than 3%. That's not what rate up means. Rate up means that the chances of pulling the individual horse is higher. So this is whereas normally a rate up is like, I mean, 10x roughly? Like if we go over here, right? The odds of pulling Haru or Opera, both of those combined, right? The odds of pulling one of those two is the same odds when you get an SSR, is the same odds as pulling any of the 20 other SRs, or SSR, like the 20 other 3-stars. So, Haru and New York Opera Oinuinli here are on a 10x rate up compared to what they would normally be if you were just trying to pull them out of the banner pool. Right? It's 10 times more likely that you'll pull them here than that you pull them off some random, like, you know, the Kita-san banner when she comes out, right? That you pull them randomly unfeatured off Kita-san's banner. It'll be like 10x more likely that you pull them here than unfeatured on that banner. Here, every Uma in the game on this banner is on like a 2x rate up. Roughly. So it's not nearly as good for any individual one, but it is still significant for all of them in combination. If that makes sense. I feel like this is maybe not as intuitive to some people, apparently. Daughter spotted. Haru is so damn cute. It's true. It's true. She's so excited. Anyway, I'm regardless, I'm not doing that shit. Who has any 2x rate up banners, which is a bit odd since they're fairly common in JP Gacha, at least the ones that I've played. I know Dokkan used to do. I feel like Dokkan used to do them way more often. The double rates banners. I feel like they stopped recently. I don't really know about the rest, but what the fuck is Racing Carnival? It's basically team trials meets legend races. You fight a bunch of like complete jobbers over and over. You probably beat them, and then every 2 times that you beat one of these, you fight a slightly stronger horse. Like I would say significantly stronger horse, right? Especially if you pull the extreme. This is like a bad CM horse. Is what this is. And as you activate skills and win and get good positioning and all the same shit that you would get points for in team trials, you accumulate these carnival points, and you can spend them in the shop to get rainbow shards, gold shards, tickets, all that good shit. And kind of like a story event, you also have limited time missions over here to get a certain amount of them, which also give you another gold shard and rainbow shards. It uses your team trials energy, but daily the missions will also give you, like, basically the first 5 times that you do this, the energy gets refunded, right? So you probably will, to get 100k in 7 days, you probably do have to use either some RP jellies, which is fine. When the fuck else have you ever used those? Or you have to do this twice a day. Like, you have to wake up early in the day, get your runs in, get your refunds from the mission, get your next set of runs in, and then wait until like the evening, all of your RP is back, and then you and then you run it again. If you spend like 15 RP, like I think this was like 17 RP or something, is 18k, which is definitely enough if you do this 7 days in a row to get over 100, right? I guess this velocity difference, kind of hard to say what I'm feeling over text. All 3-star Umas have the same odds, so this functionally is not a rate up if they are all the same. And since the 3-star rate has not changed, you're basically just pulling to dump 30,000 carats. If this banner had to say a 5% 3-star rate, it would actually see a positive from my perspective. It's a deceptive scam. I guess it's a matter of it's a matter of terminology, I guess, because you are literally wrong, right? Again, you are literally non-debatably incorrect factually in what you're saying. But I think what you mean is that I think what you're trying to get at is that the real value of a banner is targeting a particular horse. And that you are significantly less likely to get anything of value when you're scattershotting like that. So, the fact that you can't target one particular horse on this banner unless you dump 30k for pity seems bad to you. I think that's the only thing you could say here that actually makes sense. Saying it's not a rate up is literally wrong. Like, yeah, it's simply incorrect. If the horse's banner has, again, let me just explain I know you probably, let me explain this one more time. Say Dober's banner has passed. You can no longer pull on Dober's banner, right? You can't pull on Dober's banner anymore. The odds of pulling her on this banner, unless she gets like a rerun, the odds of pulling her on this banner is twice as high as pulling her on any other banner that isn't her own. Right? So, to say it's not a rate up is factually, it's just wrong. Like, you're saying up is down. But it's not a very big rate up. And certainly, unless you are okay with getting a random scattershot of bullshit, like unless that's good for your account, this banner sucks. I agree. I think we mostly agree here. I think you're just being a little pedantic with what the word rate up means. But you're actually not being pedantic enough, because if you looped around and were more pedantic, you wouldn't be able to say that, basically, right? I don't think it's very good, though. Click details to show individual percentages. It'll be whatever 3% over however many Umas is in the game, right? You can show one is higher than the others. I don't think... Is one higher than the others? Oh, if one is higher than the others and it's like Smart Falcon, this shit is ass. But one should not be higher than the others, right? They should all be the same. Why is this so zoomed in? What? This is 30%. What? What? Yeah, they should all have this rate. Yeah. It's all the same, right? But again, how many are there? This looks like it's in the neighborhood of like 20 to... I guess I could do the math on this. 3 over 0.063. Wait, really? There's that many? Are there 48 3-stars? No, that can't be right. Is that real? Are there really that many 3-stars? Dude, there's a lot. I mean, in some ways, the odds that you're missing a lot of them is actually goes up, right? Hold on, I have one. You're a you're a 3-star, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that it? The rest of these are not 3-stars, I don't think, right? What do you know? Opera's a 3-star? Oh, right, yeah. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, this is 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, yeah. There are like 40. I mean, this is, right? This is 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 30. 33. And then I have like 9 or 10 in here somewhere, right? You missed OGTM. Oh, yeah, yeah. One, is Suzuka a 3-star? Yes, right? 42. Yes, that's correct, Jim. Again, it's about twice as much. It's about, yes? Okay. It's about twice. It's like 43, 44, 45, something like that. The odds of pulling like that 0.63 is still twice as high as the odds. Like, say, you know, you really want X or Y or Z, and you're trying to pull them off this, and it's not Haru or Opera. Their odds are gonna be closer to 0.3%, right? Still though, if you are hunting for one particular horse, this is ass, right? Like, if it's something that never gets a rerun, then I guess that's real tough for a guy like you. But this is still very bad, right? Again, to be very clear on my opinion on this banner, I think it is only good if the pity is worthwhile to you. You can go to pity and there's one horse you really want, and you have like, I mean, like me, honestly, I have like 8 3-stars. You know what I mean? I have 8 3-stars, but I don't really have one 3-star that I'm super looking for, except for Dober, who I'm going to be getting with the ticket because Vane gave me 20 bucks. Right? Otherwise, I mean, Saiyan Sky's obviously really important, but I don't ever build fronts. So I'm okay with not having her. So I think you need to meet both of those conditions for that banner to be worthwhile for you, which is pretty tough. There'll be free tickets in the future. Valid. Anyways, I have a slight problem. I'm building for Capricorn. I've not done very many runs. I think I've done like 5 runs. I got Acupuncture and Unity. She's back. I feel like I got Acupuncture and Unity before this, but it does feel extremely rare, right? Or maybe I'm misremembering. Excuse you. Unfilter. I was planning. I don't think I've ever gotten it. Was it a URA? I think it's a trainee event, right? It's a trainee event, not a URA event. So I think it should be possible. I think it's just there's way more events. I've gotten it like twice. Yeah, I think Haru just has like way more random bullshit events that you can get. And that event was never as likely as most of the other trainee events anyway, right? But they might have raised her rates now that she's out. It's true. Just to add some chaos. Acupuncture has been in Unity just insanely rare. Yeah. I was thinking of going Air Groove, Christmas Ogre, and at first, I was like, I'm just gonna run Major Orion. And then I remembered that Iron doesn't work on this track at all. So that's a slight problem for a beast like me. That's it's a mild issue, I would say. She still has Rising Dragon, and she has 20% power growth and 10% wit growth. So, like, unironically, it might be worth to just run her ass without an ult, and just let On Your Left and Rising Dragon carry me, right? Simply become pace build? Yeah, otherwise, I mean, the option is probably just Bakshin, right? Just run Bakshin. I don't think there's anyone else that I'm super enamored with. I have seen the, it is a little, Pasa, the reason, so Pasa, I think, the difference between you and her is you need a lot more to push. You know, like when Taiki was kind of the Thanos for, was it Scorpio? I forget. As a response, right, the best comps became front pace stacking, right? Again, one of the best things about it was that it oftentimes would be able to push Taiki out of the range of activating her ult. But it's significantly harder to do this to Taiki than it is to Pasa, right? Because as long as Taiki's in 4th, as long as she can get to 4th place out of 9, she can activate her ult, right? You need way more people jamming up the front. You need, like, you almost can't necessarily guarantee it, even if you're on a team of 3 fronts yourself. You need her to also not make it to the front of the pace pack, right? Which is certainly doable, but it's significantly harder. Virgo, yes. It's significantly harder to push Taiki out of this than it is to push Pasa out of this. Pasa needs to be second, right? So even if you just have, you can do it yourself. If you have 2 fronts on your team, now maybe you don't do this, but or if you have like a bunch of paces with like mid-race velocity ults, like Bakhtin or something like that, she's gonna have a really hard time, right? The conditions on her ult are significantly stricter than the conditions on Taiki's ult. So, you know, it's like they're both, in theory, really powerful cards, but it's just way easier to build in tech cards into your deck to beat Pasa compared to Taiki, right? Which is why I feel like Taiki actually, even with a lot of people building around not letting Taiki win in Virgo, like there were so many fronts, there were so many other paces, shit like that, she still, I think, was probably the winningest horse in that CM, right? Like, everyone did their best, right? Everyone did their best to stop Thanos, but it was just kind of too hard to do. Like, it ended up, at least in my experience, my Taiki won the most, say hi to Geef? Yeah, sure. My Taiki won the most races for me, I think, in Virgo, and most of the time that I lost, it was to another Taiki. So, Taiki also just has the full kits? Yes. So I think her Thanos status is stronger than Pasa's Thanos status here. Now, with that in mind, I could still run her pace. I could still run her pace, certainly, and just, because, I mean, I, at the very least, am not running very many paces to gum up the works. I'm running literally 2 late surgers otherwise. So my own team, at least, there's no anti-synergy there. They're not going to get in her way. And I wouldn't be relying on her necessarily, right? I wouldn't be, like, relying on, if she, like, she's not the win con. Like, oh, if she doesn't pop her ult, I die. It just gives another chance. Because the thing with Bakhtin is, I just don't... How does she, like, why? I understand she's good to fight for positioning because of this, but, like, how does she win herself? She seems unremarkable. Is it just, I guess, just Gamba excels and everyone's Gamba excelling and then you just hit your Gamba excels and she wins? Or she has good growths for it, so you say, fuck it, we ball? Like, she has the generic win condition, right? But she can just position herself well. Proc Turbo? Yeah. Pasa can only race to B sprint with Sparks. You need 1 sprint inspiration to get A. Then Pasa has to be top 2 to get ult anyways. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the 1 sprint inspiration is kind of like going for long S in a normal track, which is something, you know, you don't really need sprint or medium S or whatever. You don't really need sprint S for this one, but the idea of, like, needing to hit one of those distances on an inspiration to have your ace be, like, good and usable is not, it's not like it's harder than a normal CM build. It's just harder than other, like, you know, you don't really need, you can have your fucking ace just hit a sprint and be fine with it as long as everything else is good, right? You're gonna be at top speed for like 8 seconds on this. Great growth, great inherent kit, so your deck can be better, good, unique. I guess so. I guess the growth and the fact that she already comes with two Gamba skills, right? Like, she comes with countermeasure, which is white plan X, and turbo sprint, which is so you don't have to, like, gum up the works too much to just put a bunch of random bullshit into your deck. That's true, and she also starts with Sprint A, so you can actually try and get her ass, like, Pace S or something, or Turf S. Yeah, I guess. Perhaps I'm okay with that. This whole CM's gonna be Gamba, indeed. Really just hunting for head-on greens and as much mid-game as possible. It's not too bad. I mean, the Maya card, right? Do. Yeah, fronts? I don't know what fronts do. I've seen some of them win, apparently, but I assume you just use a lot of the same Gamba skills. I mean, fronts can... There's nothing about Turbo Sprint or Plan X. Well, yeah, it says toward the front as well. There's nothing about a lot of these Gamba skills that says fronts can't use them. You just don't have, like, a good, reliable acceleration, right? You don't have, like, a head-on or an on your left or something like that. So you are entirely gambling? I don't know, actually. It does feel... I am curious as to what you're supposed to do on fronts here. I mean, maybe groundwork goes crazy, I would assume. Help you build up that actual lead a little bit more, but I don't know. It's because front players have better fundies, so our horses are better. Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. Pace late front end. I would feel like end closes are probably better than fronts here, right? The problem is just not that many ends that run sprint. Like, most of them have G sprint. Like, Tamamo's ult would actually be really good for this. Ironically, I think Bakshin is built for pace. Oh, yeah, Bakshin is always a pace, right? Not ends suck? No, I know, but I mean, so do fronts, no? I would feel like there's... Like, I feel like what does a front runner even do here? Falco has the advantage of being able to proc, to late proc her unique as a win con. Valid. Fronts are rough. They don't have time to get enough distance to not be overtaken most of the time. Yeah. Fronts can take up the plancha and mummy zones. I guess, but like, what if you're not trying to, counter a pasa? Like, what if you're running against someone who isn't, you know? I built 2 fronts, so I have passing targets for my current, I suppose. Like, fronts as like a, again, fronts is like a support for your other racers. Makes a lot of sense. I'm wondering more so how a front ace wins. Because you're coefficient mogged on both acceleration and top speed. Right? You don't have good excels for this. You can't really build up as much of a lead as you normally can. Yeah. Pace is the way for sprints. Pace should be pretty... I still feel like late feels quite strong to me. But if On Your Left was buffed, late would be ridiculous here. But there is still... I think On Your Left is still right there with Head On, basically, in terms of an acceleration. It's just going to be a little less consistent, which is, like, overall, certainly not as good. I feel like Daiwa Scarlet ults can be a good win con. That's true. But, I mean, she gets front of the second half of the race. If you can, like, late proc this, especially, right? Because this is a speed and excel ult. If you can late proc this and actually somehow, like, carry it into the late race, it could be pretty good. Anyway, I guess I run a Bakshin. I guess, right? I suppose. Oh, we want to say hi to Geef, by the way. Let me go do that. Let me go grab my son boy for you real quick. Here he is. He says hi. He says hello. He says Bakshin, Bakshin, Bakshin. I think this Bakshin and call it a day. Honestly, valid. He says, don't mind the fact that I look a little fucked up right now, okay? I need to shower after the stream. I've been a busy, busy boy. I've been a busy, busy, busy boy, man. The sprints are weird in that you win without... Even without good Excel RNG sometimes? I mean, I guess, right? Like, I guess the way that a front wins is, like, nobody else pops good shit, and you pop, like, decent shit, and, like, everyone is... Like, most people are still so inconsistent that if you just, like, pop one or two good Excels at the right time, it kind of, like, you maybe just win anyway, I suppose? That's one A finals, then coast the rest of the CM? Yeah. The next one is Dirt 1600? Is that true? Fucking Dirt. Wait, what the fuck do you do about a Dirt CM, man? Wait, actually? That's horrible news for a guy. I mean, I guess Ogre, but, like... Ogre, Haru... What then, man? What fucking then? Oh, Pasa. Right, Pasa. Dirt, we skipping for real? Wait, actually, yeah, it's actually not so bad. I have Pasa, I have Ogre, I mean, Haru, listen. I don't know, she'll do her best. Who else has Dirt aptitude that I've got? Can I, like, sort by Dirt? Oh, no, I want to sort. Can you not do... Oh, I guess you can't. Is it not doable? Because, yeah, Haru's the only dedicated Dirt horse. Taiki just need 1 star. Oh, she Dirt C? Oh, Dirt B. Oh, it's a mile? Oh, okay. Gotcha. What does the track look like? Oh, cool. An excuse to use my Digitan even more? Yeah. Hold up. I'm running my S Maru. But you can get away, again, on miles, it's not quite as much as sprints. Like, Mile S is certainly really important, but you can get away with it a little bit, maybe. Right? S Maru is... Dirt D? It's not the worst thing in the world. You can probably pull this and Mile S out of your ass still, right? That's not, like, that's like, you just need 7 Turf Sparks. 7 Turf Sparks, and you can put the rest, like, you can get that off 1 parent, and then put the rest into Mile and try to get S. Won't really see Suzuka. Dirt G? Yeah, it's a little hard. Again, because on, like, Miles, 1600 is long enough that you're going to feel not having the distance S, right? Haru Urara? It's true. It's true. Wait, what does this shit look like? Oh, by the way, real quick, before we go there. I have not put a lot of... This is like one of the CMs that I've done the least prep for, and that's saying something, because I normally do like 15 or 16 runs for a CM or something. I've not been grinding super hard on the CMs for a little bit. But with that in mind, I did one run with Air Groove and one run with Christmas Ogre, and I was kind of happy with both of them. Nothing amazing, but like, I mean, she's a little low on her speed, right? But honestly, it's, you know, high wit, power, good enough, power maybe. And yeah, a bunch of different gambas here, right? I mean, on your left, but then also nimble nav, sprinting gear, meticulous measures, right? She has her ult for positioning as well. I could see the argument of I should dump the Brian and find a Marzensky for Redshift, right? I see it. I don't like it, but I see it. And I may very well regret it when the CM starts and go, I should have gone Redshift on my lates instead. I feel like, personally, I'm just going to be more upset when Redshift pops fucking 400 meters before the late race, or after the fucking acceleration zone ends, than I am when Shadow Break does kind of not very much. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's decent. And then I kind of like this Christmas Ogre as well that I got right away. Don't be deceived. She actually has 1168, right? Speed, so it's close to max. Firm conditions, I know this doesn't do anything. She just literally, she had extra skill points. I couldn't buy anything. But yeah, I like her wit. Her power is even higher than the other one, right? On your left, she's got her acceleration built in as well. She doesn't need quite as many gambas, but she still has them anyway. I mean, at least in meticulous measures and nimble nav, right? And then a decent, like a little bit of mid-race coming from these three. I don't know about this one. You don't know? What do you mean? Why not? What don't you like about this? What is your least favorite aspect of this Christmas Ogre? I feel like she's fine, right? She doesn't need as many Gamba excels because she has this. Her power is decent. Speed is 1168, right? Wit isn't at 1200, which I would have liked, but I mean 1160 and 1200 are not that different, right? But she's fine. He's not rocking Redshift either, but really, if anyone is going to feel that, it's going to be her, right? You already have, like, you have, like, the best acceleration in the CM for this shit, probably, so. You are less in need of excels. That helping get Evo skills with Mance would be a fun way to shake up the meta, yeah. How's Falco's Mile rating looking? I don't know. But yeah, I feel like I'm relatively happy with those two. I just have to make a decent box sheet. I can go back to the well, certainly. And try and improve both of them, but I feel like I'm not too sad about bringing either of those to the CM, personally. Unless I'm missing something horribly, but I don't think so. I could maybe look into putting Redshift on the Air Groove, though. Because she doesn't really... Like, Shadow Break is going to do next to nothing for her. And she actually does need accelerations, right? Unlike Christmas Ogre, who's just kind of chilling anyway. I'll take some positioning. We were looking at trainee list. Falco for Mile? Isn't she like a Mile horse? Yeah. Yeah, that's what she's built for this, man. She was fucking birthed in a lab for this CM. Dirt A, Mile A. I would have wanted to use Tomato, honestly. Her ult is actually pretty good for this track. But obviously, Sprint G, right, makes her life a little bit difficult. I kind of fuck with Tomato heavy, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Tomato might be like secondary Oshi now. I watched season 1 of Cinderella Grey, and I kind of fucking fell in love with her. I'm not gonna lie to you. Tomato Cross, yeah. She's kind of awesome. So I might have to start rotating her into more of my CM lineups. Pull now, I have her. I got her off the free pulls, dumbass. Ogre, Tomato, Tannhäuser, maybe. I got her off the free pulls because I'm the luckiest man alive, man. But yeah, so I might just try and force her. No, it's too hard. Dirt, F, Mile, E. I think it's too hard. I guess I might just try and force her into the Dirt CM too, but if this was Ogre, I would do this. You know what I mean? But for Tomato, I don't know if I'm going to put this much effort in for Tomato. You know what I mean? This is really tough. This is like, how the fuck do you get this to be runnable? Like, to get both of these to A. E you can get with just 10 Mile Sparks, but you need 2 parents to do that. Yeah. Is Mance coming first or CM10? Should we prep for CM10 yet? CM10 is the next one, right? I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. I don't know. That's a great question. I didn't think about that. It's Dirt CM then, Mance? Man's coming with the first anniversary, yes? Hell yeah, second temple. I got Naruto Brian. Nice, nice. Manta's like the first anniversary scenario, right? So it should be like a month and a half away. Might be during CM10, like with Unity. Manta might show up at the end of Dirt CM. Yeah, because Capricorn is. Do we have the schedule for February yet? Surely they've tweeted it out, right? We got like 4 Tamamos and Aishin Flash from those free polls. That's crazy. In 50 polls, you got 4 Tamamos. Can someone link that shit? Let me see if I can find it. February schedule. X, the everything app. Capricorn is 9th to 19th. Yeah, no, that's not. Oh, no. So that's Capricorn. Sorry. The next one will be 2 weeks after this, probably. Yeah, I could see it at probably at the end of this CM, right? It might be like one of those things where it's like for the finals of this CM, you might be able to build man horses if you really want to go kind of similar to what happened before. We don't know the exact timelines on anything though, right? I should flash soon. Real and true. We don't know the exact timelines on anything, but there's usually about 2 weeks between CMs. Yeah? So the next one should be like early March to mid-March, like March 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, to like March 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, something like that. That should be in the roughly the same timeline, but I don't think you'll be prepping for it with Mant horses. You know what I mean? At some point in the middle of either at the end of round 2 or finals or something, it might pop up, or it might be right after. When exactly did Unity Cup release? Because it's usually about 4 months immediately afterwards, right? For us. Does anyone remember the exact day that Unity came out? It was like November 6th or something like that. Leagues November 6th. So yeah, it will be like, ooh, wait, really? That might actually be interesting then. Because that will put it at, yeah, roughly like March 6, 7. It might come at the same time, actually. Very interesting. Now, you still want probably some aces ready for round 1, but that might be a little annoying if you really want to try hard that. Because it might be like the CM starts, and then fucking the day after Mance pops, and then it's like, alright, well, all my fucking aces are obsolete now, because you can get 1,203 different stats. We'll see. It's close. It's a good question. It's a good, because if Alharu was November 6th, then this actually might be like March 6th. Which would be roughly the same time I would expect the other CM to start. Huh. Let's take a look at it. I haven't actually looked at this. I confirmed it was November 6th. Yeah, yeah. So it really might be like round 1, day 2, or something like that. Mance might start. Maybe? If they stay on like exact timelines. I don't know. We haven't had enough scenarios come to us to know if it's like exactly every 4 months. Right? When did the game release? That's an interesting question. If I go over here and I fucking type Uma Musume Pretty Derby, it'll give me the release date, won't it? Party Dash. Where's the release date? The 24th of June. So it was a little more than 4 months. How many subs for rolling on Sasami? 100? Just burning my carrots to get a card that sucks. Nekopara PFP, my streamer is so unwoke. Wait, is it a child? I've never played the visual novel or whatever the fuck it is. I just figured like, you know, is it like pedophile game or something? I don't know, man. You can never tell. I just saw Dancing Cat Girl. I thought it looked cute. They age in cat years, Brick? Ah, shit. 100? All right, give me a sec. If you're gonna give me $500 to burn like 30k carrots, that's a good exchange rate for me, man. Fine. Okay, hold on. Actually, yeah. Wait. Why don't I? How have I not changed my profile picture? Actually, hold on. We can do this live. How do you do this again? Never mind. Maybe I literally can't do it live. That's my name, by the way. How do you do this? How do you change your profile picture? Am I stupid? Actually, oh, edit profile. Hold on, does this say my address? Let me just be careful here. I just realized, I'm like, edit profile. I'm like, does this fucking say like my IP address on it? You can know my name, that's okay. But you can't know You can't know like my longitude and latitude. All right, I have a great idea. Wait. Okay, refresh. There you go. Thoughts? Self-doxing is a wild move. It's okay, we didn't do it. Thoughts? Better, right? Instant W? I think so. Based? Much better, I think. Thumbs up? Okay. Listen, this was 10 years. That's been my Steam profile picture for like 10 years, okay? I just saw a cat girl. I was like, that's cute. I'll have a dancing cat girl for my profile picture. I didn't really put any thought into it. But valid. If it's pedo visual novel, then, you know, honestly, even if it's not, what the update, you damn fool. Even if it's not pedo visual novel, why wouldn't we put my daughter in here? What the fuck? Obviously, that's superior. Okay, let's take a look. Thanks for the heads up. The greatest background my streamer is based, actually. That's true. That's true. That's actually, I am based, man. My streamer is double based. It's true. I am double based. Tokyo 1600 dirt. Is it different? What is the real life answer to this, actually? Like, if it's gonna be if it's Tokyo 1600 but it's dirt or turf, are they different tracks, or do they just like Zamboni the turf off and make it dirt? You know what I mean? I would assume it's literally two physically different tracks, and one of them is turfed over and one of them isn't. Yeah? Yes. Okay. Cool. They are different. Like, they look different. Like, this is 1600 meter turf. Keep that one in the back of your mind. Oh, they are different. Okay, yeah. That makes more sense. I never thought about it until just now. Where I was like, do they just... How easy is it to switch the... Because in the URA scenario, right, Akikawa, Northern Tastes, she's got, like, a fucking terraformer that she just drives over the fucking track, and it turns it from dirt to turf. But I guess that doesn't exist, right? I guess that probably is too based to exist in real life. On some tracks, the dirt is just the... Oh, sorry. On some tracks, the dirt is just the innermost portion of the race course with turf circling around it. Oh. Real and true. Okay. Wait, okay, so what the fuck is going on with this shit? It's ass? Well, I mean... It's not ass. Final corner stuff is tough, again, right? But iron, it's Highlander's an option? Yeah. A classic iron, Anglican scheming, shit like this all works again, right? Because you have this tiny little bit of final corner that's in the late race, so that's all good. Highlander is it the only uphill? Yeah, the only uphill here is right there on the final straight, so that's good. I mean, how far after the late race is this final straight? 33 meters? Yeah, okay. So all, like, late race excels are also fine here, right? Like final straight excels are also totally okay here. Spurt would be unironically not the worst, right? Assault, again, like a lot of the same shit that's good here would be good again. You just have much more, like many more viable excels here. As for, yeah, Taiki, corner 3, corner 4, late race starts on 1067. She's going to activate on the second half of this. That means this is 225. She's going to activate roughly 112 in. So she's going to activate 112. He's going to put her at 987. She'll get some carryover, right? Not a ton, but she'll get some carryover because 1600 means her ult will last, is it 5 seconds normally or 4 seconds? Taiki. Her ult is 4 seconds. So it's 4 times 1.6. So it's 6 seconds. 6.4 seconds. She only has 80 meters to cross, right? Again, 987. 80 meters. Yeah, she has 80 meters to cross. So she'll get like 2 seconds of carryover pretty much all the time. Yeah, okay. That's pretty, I mean, that's fine, right? About a little over like 2.5 seconds of 0.4 is still pretty good. And if she manages to late proc, then it can go crazy. But even like the worst case scenario for it is still pretty strong. So Taiki's going to be good here, unsurprisingly, right? You could also maybe chain Mile Maven and Umastan with her. Umastan is not as worth it on these short tracks because you're likely to be out of the forced pace down mode section. by the time that it activates, or you're guaranteed to be out of the forced pace down mode section by the time it activates. But you could still use it as part of like a chain of early race skills to help you go forward and like have pace down, like even if you catch a little too far up to the fronts. I do find that, again, if it's a really well-built front runner, though, that doesn't really happen even when you get a good Uma stand pop, right? Like a front that has like groundwork, taking the lead, all this shit, like high power, which they definitely shit on a mile track as well. Like even with you popping Uma stand, they usually do just pull away from you anyways. But theoretically, Mile Maven, Uma stand, Slipstream, you can gather a bunch of early game skills just to keep you at the very least at the front of your pack, which is going to be very important for Taiki because she wants to be third or fourth for her ult, right? Pasa, fronts are going to be way better on this course because angling actually fucking exists here, right? Sacrifice Suzuka is going to be hard to do, but Pasa being in second is probably going to be quite difficult. I feel like if Pasa couldn't fully make the cut on the sprint CM, that was kind of her best shot, right? I would expect she's going to struggle a little bit here. It's not going to be impossible. And I guess, I mean, is it ridiculous to run fucking front Pasa? Like, just throw, like, all your... I don't know if it's worth it, right? Like, I think you could make it work, because she has a mile, right? So you don't have to, like, put a bunch of sparks into that, right? Like, I guess you could, right? If you wanted to do that. It would make her ult much more likely to activate. I mean, probably close to guaranteed. A front being in first or second is quite easy to do. Unless there's, like, 5 of them, which I don't think there should be. Taiki is probably still Thanos here, primarily. Yeah, this actually might be a weird one for Christmas Ogre, slightly, right? Because late race is a little bit longer. Yeah, so stuff like a small breather, stuff like that is not quite as consistent as it is on the sprint CM. Yeah, it might actually be a little... The only uphill triggering recovery is for fronts, right? It's Moxie. Moxie / Restless. Is that right? I think so. Christmas Ogre might not have a very good trigger here. Hold on. Conditions, filters, uphill or downhill. Yeah, it's just Moxie, which is only for fronts. Gotcha. Line weight 777 corner recovery. Yeah, but 777s is way too early here, right? And you can't really hope corner recovery procs at final corner. I guess it is 5 seconds, right? So you do get you do get quite a long time. You do get quite a long time for like you'll get whatever 5 times 1.6 is. It's like 8. Right? 5 times 1 ooh, 5 times 1.6. 8. Oh, look at me, man. Holy shit, on the money? He's the world's greatest? My streamer can do math? They said it couldn't be done, man. They said it couldn't fucking be done. So you do get 8 seconds. So as long as it activates within like 140 meters of the late race, I suppose you're fine. Which is most of the last corner. I don't know. It's an interesting guy. You could certainly still gamba on her, but she's not going to be this. I feel like these miles are the weakest point for her, right? The sprints, the late race is short enough that something like a small breather is unironically a good activator. Here, it's a little longer, and 777s kind of sucks, right? Once you go a little longer, once you get back into the mediums again, 777s becomes your sort of ideal activator, and you can go from there. Yeah, she's a little awkward here. It might be a normal cap angle, unironically. I'll have to think about it more. I want to spend too much time. The CM's a month away, so I want to spend too much time theory crafting for Christmas Ogre right now. But maybe it's a pace Ogre. Your best bet might just be gambaing on corner recovery. Fuck, I always forget this. Corner recovery does not trigger on a random corner. It triggers on a deterministic corner based on the track, right? If there are 2 corners, which one, like if there's only 3rd and 4th, which one does it trigger on? This one or that one? Because if it triggers on the 4th corner, then just going like corner recovery, hydrate, race planner, like is probably fine. Like, you give yourself a decent chance that something pops late enough here that you can get some value out of it. But if it's the third corner, then that gets significantly worse, all right? And you probably want to gamble on something else. I mean, I guess straightaway recovery, but no, it's so bad. Yeah, never mind. Watchful Eye? I mean, Watchful Eye is you can use it as a skill, but it's never going to pop at a good time, right? It's in the early game, isn't it? Yeah. You're not. It's not that you are. The problem with Christmas Ogre here is not like, oh, I don't know what, like, I don't have enough recoveries. The problem is I don't have any recoveries that are gonna trigger like right here or like right here. You know what I mean? You're lousy with recoveries, right? Like you said, Be Still can work. Watchful Eye can certainly work. I think Wait and See. Wait and See is Wait and See Sprint. It is, right? Yeah. Sorry, that's the one that's on this CM. You have corner recovery, right? You could gamble on straight recovery if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it. You have 777s. Like, you have way more than you need. You have a small breather, which is not great, but it's still there. The problem is what recoveries could pop, like, in this kind of golden zone right here, right? Where it's either right at the start of the late race or right at the end of the mid race. And I feel like, I don't know, because Hydrate. If you look at Hydrate, you want it to pop. If it pops at like 967 or onwards, you're probably chilling. Like, that's pretty good because you'll get like 2 seconds of carryover out of that. It'll be similar to a Taiki ult. That's a 1 in 8 chance for it to do that. Versus, I mean, a small breather is probably only useful if it pops in like the first 60, 70, 80 meters of the late race. Which is, I mean, closer to 1 in 5. But sometimes it will... the problem with a small breather is if you're relying on that, sometimes it will completely fuck you over. Whereas at the very least, if Hydrate pops too early, you still get your recovery. You still get like a shit ton of mid-race velocity to position with. Right? So it's hard to say. I don't know what will be better here. Probably pace. Probably... There's going to be a lot of paces anyway, because there's probably going to be a lot of, I mean, Taiki is going to be there in large quantities, Ogre is going to be there in large quantities, and most people tend to run, like, even regular Ogre. They tend to just run her pace, because why not? Front Ogre, bro. Low-genuinely? Christmas Ogre genuinely? No, it's troll, right? But, like, you would have, Moxie is great. Moxie is like the ideal popper, right? Front F? Dirt B? Low-genuinely? Christmas Ogre genuinely? I don't think so. But it would be really funny. Because again, Moxie is literally perfect. Well, not literally perfect, but it's pretty close to perfect. Oh, no. It pops on a random point on the uphill, right? It's not like... No, or is it as soon as you hit the uphill? Is it as soon as you hit the uphill or at a random point on the uphill? Yeah, no. It's as soon as you hit it. Yeah. So, I mean, Moxie is if you pass the wit check, like, it is literally perfect or close to perfect, but I don't think you can reasonably do it, right? I don't think you can reasonably do it. You probably just slap Highlander. Well, can you get Highlander on her? You slap No Stopping Me and a bunch of Gamba skills. Does anybody know how the fuck corner recovery works? Does anyone remember? Because it activates on a deterministic corner. It is not, like, based on the track. You can look at the track and know, corner recovery will activate on this corner if you know the algorithm for it, but I don't. Because it's like Nopers. It's like it activates on the second last corner, or it activates on corner 4, or 2 corners from the end. No, I don't fucking know, man. How does... There's no way I'm going to get an answer for this, right? Isn't it on the first full corner before the final spurt? Is this true? How does corner recovery work? I guarantee... Oh, my God. I forgot to do... You got to do minus AI on this so it doesn't pour the water out in front of your eyes. I don't think Game 8 is going to have... Yeah, never mind. You guys are talking on, like, a much lower level of understanding of the game, right? Probably a random point on that first corner of the track. No, it doesn't activate on the first corner, always. It depends, right? But I can't remember if it's... It's, like, 2 corners away from the final corner. or something else, whichever comes last? First? Activates before the final corner? Random corner unless the track goes through the same corner multiple times? Oh, is that true? I could have sworn it wasn't a random corner. Like, I know corner recovery says corner random, but I'm pretty sure this isn't correct, right? Like, it doesn't have... It doesn't just... Like, corner recovery can never activate on, like, the late... Like, a corner that's so late that you don't... Like, for Libra, for example, right? If we go to Kyoto 3000, right? Like, it is... I think literally impossible for corner recovery to activate on this, yeah? Like, it never activates on this corner. Ever. Or this one. Ever. That's why it's so reliable, right? Picks a random point during the selected corner. Yeah. But what is the selected corner? Right? I understand this. Cool. But what... Because it's not a random corner. Right? It's not... It just picks one of the corners. Like, it's like... That's what straightaway recovery does. Right? Straightaway recovery picks a random straight, and then it picks a random point on that straight. That is not how corner recovery or swinging maestro works. That's why it's so reliable. It can never pop on this corner or this corner. Right? So, I think it's also not quite as simple as, oh, it just doesn't pop on corners in the late race. I think it was something a little bit more complicated than that. This is not correct, is all I remember. The only thing I remember is that this description here is blatantly incorrect. Right? I have literally never had, in every race of Umusme that any of us have ever done, you have never seen corner recovery pop in the late race. Yeah? Where'd you see this information in the first place? I can't fucking remember. But I found it somewhere, and it seemed accurate, and then I forgot what it said. In a long race that passes corner 3-4, 1-2-3-4, it wouldn't proc on the first pass of corner 3-4. Yeah, but if that's it wouldn't do. If this was true, then it would always activate in the late race. It'd be garbage, which it isn't. You know what I mean? Maybe Reddit, maybe. But you see, like, if the race goes through the same corner in the Kika show, it goes through corner 3 and 4 multiple times. So if it always just activated on the last possible opportunity, procs on corner 1 in that example? Why? So you're saying, okay. So you're saying that you think it works. This might be true. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying, just to make sure I understand you. You're saying that it procs on the first corner it meets unless that corner is passed through multiple times. Is that what you're saying? So, yes, that could be true. That could be true. That at least doesn't clash, obviously, with, like, the reality that I've experienced. In that case, that would make it not very good here for Christmas Ogre, right? Because it would pop on this guy, because neither of these corners gets passed through twice. Maybe I just should, like, boot up a room, have a horse with corner recovery, and just see where it fucking pops. You know what? I'm curious about this. Because when I can't remember the theoreticals, you might as well just fucking get your practice on, right? Practice. Playing the game? Kind of. This is more like labbing. It's like the fighting game equivalent of fucking going to training mode. Select track. Is it the February stakes? It is, right? She's too excited. This is right-handed, isn't it? Is this right? Am I stupid? Is this right-handed? I can't. I'm very bad at spatial reasoning. They're turning to the right, aren't they? Stakes. That's true. Left? This is them turning to the left? Oh, yeah, because they're running here. I have to put myself in POV, first person mode. Yeah, you're running, and you turn to the left. Yeah. Like, you'd be running here, and you're fucking and the fucking girl from Splatoon, all grown up with her green hair, she's going, it's Ogre Cap! Ogre Cap! And then you would go here, and you would turn left. Yeah, that's true. That's actually true. That's real and true. Okay, so it is this one. Yeah. Tokyo tracks seem to all be left-handed. Must be some sort of superficial or superstitious thing, man. Knowing the Japanese. I don't know, man. Give me great mood, whatever. I just want to basically field size 9, so I don't have to put it in as many UMA. I just want to get a bunch of motherfuckers with corner recovery on here and see where it pops. It should pop on the same corner every time, and if our current understanding is correct, that corner should be the first one. Tokai Teo? You have corner recovery, don't you? You don't? Oh yeah, none of the sprint ones will, probably, I guess. You have corner recovery. There you go. You get in here. You don't. You do. Get in there. And you do as well. Alright. Get in there. Honestly, the three of you is probably enough for testing, right? Yeah. I mean, you all have, yeah, you have 1100 wit, you have 1000 wit, you have 900 wit. I mean, it shouldn't be very common that you guys miss it. Three of you is probably enough of a sample size. Let's just go. So we're looking to see where corner recovery, that's all I care about, is where does corner recovery activate? They will activate it at different points, but it should all be on the same corner, if I understand it correctly. And if our current theory, if Ophidian's theory is correct, then it should be on this first corner, which will happen about a little under halfway through the race. So like here-ish, I mean, you can see them turn. The first time we see them turn, we'll know. Ogre Cap. Do-do-do-do. Ba-da-do-do-do-do. I think they should be hitting the corner right about now, right? Ah, yeah. Yep. Oh, they all hit it on the exact same point, too, didn't they? Is it? Does it pick a random point for everyone? Like, it picks a random point on the corner, but every UMA, like, that random point is picked once for everyone with corner recovery at the start of the race? Regardless, okay, yeah, so it does... I think what you said makes sense to me, at least, Ophidian. Only one of them popped their ult. That's nuts. Oh, there you go. Oh, small breather. I see. Yeah, because they're built for the sprints. It's really late. Okay. Let me do that one more time. I think it shouldn't ever go onto a different corner, though, right? I've acquired the level 2 carnival bonus. Do you have to do a run with an inspired UMA to get the bonus? Or is it, again, just randomly by winning? Ogre Cap. Cap as in peak? God, Kitahara, how I love you so. What a handsome young man he is. And he knows ball. I mean, what else could you possibly want? The bonus actually matter, though? No. I mean, you don't need it for the carnival. Like, it gives you a bonus to the carnival, which is already kind of piss easy. So, but it's cool. Whoa. Wait, what? Wait a second. You just activated it on... Didn't you just activate it on corner 2? I was not paying enough attention. Isn't this corner 2? This is way too late to be the first corner, right? This is like right before the late race. Wait, is it random? No. I feel like that has never been... Is it random, but like it can't pick one in the late race? Wait, now I'm confused. Also, we're gonna lose to this fucking NPC UMA. That's nuts. That's actually wild. Oh, now we edge her out. It was very close, though. There's 2 corners there? Yeah, we popped out on the second corner, didn't we? Wait, huh? Wait, really? It's hard. I wish I could have, like, a projection of the map, like, of where they are on the map in front of me, too, so I could know exactly. Because, I mean, it's hard to tell. Was that just the end of corner 1? I don't know. Maybe. Like, if that was just the end of this corner right here. I mean, this corner is... I mean, it's pretty long. Huh. Okay, let me not speed it up to ×4, because I think that confused me a little bit. Let's go ×2. So, hold on. As soon as we leave the early race... No, it's not quite yet. We have a bunch of straightaway. Can you tell when a downhill starts in this godforsaken video game? My dumbass can't, at least. It's like, right... Like, they're turning now, right? This is... Yeah, okay. There's the corner. You popped it. You didn't yet. You have not popped. There you go. How far away... Yeah, I guess this probably is just at the end of the last corner. Yeah. I think they're popping at the end because there's a 200 meters of this corner until you get to the late race. That could be right around that much, yeah. because the mid race as a whole is 800 meters. So you're like 75% of the, yeah, I think they're just popping it mostly on the end of the first corner, right? I don't think anything weird is going on there. I do want to see it one more time, but I think I'm confident now. Any late procs is just like it doesn't pick the same point for everyone. That's good to know. Any late procs is just that it picks fuck was I saying? It picks a random point on that corner, so it could just be at the very end of the corner. Like 75% of the way through the mid race is where the final corner starts. So it's like roughly like here, roughly is where it hits. So if all the corner recoveries activate either right before then or kind of right on then, because that could be a little off, then we have enough evidence. Like corner 1 should have happened about, yeah, curvature popped, corner recoveries popped. Okay, yeah. It looks weird sometimes, but that last corner is not very much of the mid-race at all. It's only like 1/4, right? Yeah, okay. So I think your theory is correct, Ophidian. I think you might be right. Getting mogged by NPC Umas. Shit's crazy. I think your theory is right. I think corner recovery pops on the first corner it meets, unless that corner gets passed through multiple times. In which case, if that's the only corner, if you somehow have like one corner or all the corners get passed through multiple times, right? Like if you had like just like a 1-2 and a 1-2, it would pop on the second instance of 1. But in a case like this, the first corner it meets is not passed through multiple times, which means it just pops on corner 3, which means it is not very good. Well, it's still nice to have, but it's not like an activator ever for ult here, right? Okay. Anyway, I said I wasn't going to spend too much time theory crafting for Christmas Ogre, and then we've been talking about it for the past 45 minutes. So let me not do that anymore. Let's see, what else is interesting about, give me, you know what? Let me play Brightest Heart on this thing, you cowards. What else is interesting here? Not that big of a downhill. 200 meter downhill, right? Not as big of a deal as, like, again, Capricorn has a 700 meter downhill, so Wit goes pretty absolutely crazy nuts. I mean, yeah, also that means that, straight, it doesn't even go till the end, right? So straight descent, completely worthless here. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, right? It's just that there are going to be a lot of different excels that are viable here. As tends to be the case on a lot of these mile CMs. All of your, like, final corner excels and all of your final straight excels are all going to be decent. The only real, like, unique bit probably is Highlander, yeah. Speedstar and Doki Doki are pretty good looks here. That's also true. That's true. Anything on the final corner that can activate and give you some carryover, they have good potential to do it. This corner is quite short, right? Only, like, 190 meters of it aren't in the late race. So, like, Speedstar, if you look, is a 3-second skill, right, normally? No! Ooh, it's 1.8. Ah, okay, so it's a little harder for it to give you carryover here then. 1.8 seconds, that means times 1.6 is going to be like 2.98 or some shit like that, right? Right? 1.8 times 1.6, 2.88, yeah. So you have about 60 meters. So as long as it activates, good to fight for position at least. Oh, of course, yeah. But I think there is also a chance that it gives you some carryover. Because the nice thing about carryover, with Excel carryover, you want like a good bit of it left, right? You want like a good 2-3 seconds left. With speed carryover, as long as you get 1 millisecond of it, it still counts. So, the latest this can activate and give you something is like, or the earliest it can activate is like, call it like 1,015 meters or something like that. You have like 50 meters. I guess it's pretty worthless if it activates post this, but let's ignore that for a second. Well, no, I guess let's not. You have like 42 meters where it's good and like 180 where it's bad. I mean, it's a 1 in 4 chance, roughly, to give you some speed carryover, right? 1 in 4 chance to give some speed carryover. Yeah, Furious Feet is actually on. Ooh, I mean, Furious Feet being on the menu here is also interesting, right? You can go. I mean, the problem with, I was relatively underwhelmed with both of these, Furious Feet and On Your Left, in the last Mile CM. No, actually the one before Scorpio, I think. Or Virgo. The one before that. I forget which one it was. The first Mile CM we had. They are just a little Virgo? Yeah. They are a little unreliable. First Mile's Cancer? That's the one. Yes, Cancer Cup. Again, your late race is 300 meters long, and you kind of want this to activate at the very least, like in the first 100 meters, probably, to get any real value out of it. So there's like a good 2/3 chance that this doesn't really do anything here. When it hits, it's really good, right? But there's a significant chance that these activate too late to be useful, even if you meet the positioning requirements for them, right? This is why On Your Left needs that buff. I think for Capricorn, right, for Chukio 1200, it's a lot better because your late race is only 200 meters long, right? So you have like a 50% chance that it's really good, and it is a very big effect relatively, where there's just not a lot of good, like, large effect accelerations on this track. But even here, it's like, you know, you can still definitely shake a stick at it and go, that's not as consistent as I'd want for the Excel it's supposed to carry me. You make the late race 50% bigger, and suddenly it really starts to look kind of cringy, right? I was not very enamored with even the combination of Furious Feet On Your Left in, what's it called? In Cancer Cup. So, on the one hand, you could go, oh, the vodka is going to be crazy here. And, like, I mean, she's going to be easy to... Well, no, she doesn't have dirt. Never mind. I was going to say she's going to be easy to build for it, but she doesn't have dirt aptitude, does she? Yeah, oh, yeah, never mind. I was going to say, on the one hand, you could be like, vodka has Furious Feet, and you can get On Your Left. But I was going to say, even if that were true, that's not as impressive as you might want it to be. But also, I mean, it's not like you can't bring her here, but it's going to be probably... she's definitely not worth the hassle for just having Furious Feet on her, right? Who the fuck has, like, dirt aptitude? Sort by dirt aptitude. We want, like, D's or higher, probably, right? I mean, all the dirt horses in particular. Smalkin, I'm sure, will be really good here, right? What is, your ult is second or first with someone one horse length behind you. In the mid-race, not on a corner. Oh, never mind. Your ult doesn't activate at all? Oh, her ult doesn't do anything. Right? Because unlike Chukio, where there's like one frame where she can activate it, here there's... Oh, what the hell? Where am I? Her ult helps fight for front position? I guess so. That's true. Because her ult is going to activate, like, right here, basically. Right? It's gonna activate in like the beginning of the early race, because the final straight is very definitively not in the mid race here. So I guess that's fair. You pop the ult here, you can start to build up a lead. But her ult is not going to be like, oh my god, she popped her ult and now she's gonna kill us all. She is going to be reliant on Rod, I suppose. But it could still work, right? It could still work, certainly. But I saw Dirt Track, and I was like, oh, Falco's going to be a monster. I think he's going to be fine, right? He's going to be a solid option for fronts, just because he's a front with dirt aptitude, so hooray. But I don't think he's going to be doing any like, freak shit, right? If he's the only front, there's a chance she can proc close to the late race? No, there isn't, right? Because she has to not be on a corner. So, as soon as you leave this straight, you are never not on a corner again in the mid-race. So, it's impossible for her to proc late race. She has to be in the mid-race and not on a corner. So the only time she can even proc her ult here is going to be in the beginning here. Which, again, is not worthless. You're right. Like, if you're a front and you're trying to fight for Rod, it is going to be helpful. But there's like, literally a 0% chance that, like, Smalkin ults and fucking goes nuts in the late race. It can't happen on the track. But still, she'll be fine, right? She's not going to be bad. What do you even do, man? You have Super Stan. Which I just realized is kind of fucking... It's like a little cringe they gave this to you, but you're like a mile horse. But, you know, whatever, I guess. You got long G, man. Like, what am I doing? He gets target speed. After overtaking someone at least twice. Interesting. Sure. Her gross PMO. What the fuck? 887... I mean, I guess? I guess, man. He's the ultimate all-rounder, you see. Don't you know? 8877 A. Like, he's just, you know? And B end. So I guess they had to make her growths, ultimate all-rounder growths as well. I'm surprised they didn't just give her, like, fucking 66666 or something. 66667, am I right, fellas? Okay. Neither of you strike me as particularly scary. It is going to be easy to build if you have them, though, right? Because they come with all of the aptitudes right out of the box. Like, pretty much everything else you're going to need to either grab some turf aptitude or some dirt aptitude or some mile aptitude or something like that, right? So they're both going to be very easy to build, but neither of them strike me as, like, insanely good. I mean, obviously, Haru is here, you're on dirt, she solos your verse, etc., right? It is really fucked up of them that they made Haru a mile and sprint horse and then gave her a recovery for her ult. But, like, whatever, man. Obviously, you know, you're on dirt, you get soloed, it's fine. You don't have a recovery for your ult. You have, this is velocity, right? Yeah, and the further behind you are, the better. New York Haru, though, yeah. You get target speed if you are more than 7 lengths behind, right? And the more behind you are, up to, I think, was it 40? 50 or more meters, yeah. Which is like 20 lengths. You get way more. You get 8 seconds. Oh, but it's always 0.25? Oh, I thought, okay. Listen. It is kind of funny that this is always 0.25, but oh well, I guess. Just duration. Yeah, I mean, again, it's gotta be easy to build, right? She comes with a dirt, she comes with a mile. Slap on your left on her or something. It's gotta be easy to build, but, you know, it's okay. You're on dirt, Haru solos your verse, etc. Pulse is probably solid here, right? Because you're fully accelerated probably by the time you're popping Pulse. Yeah, for sure. You get to take advantage of, I mean, the ideal length for Pulse is like 1,800 meters or something like that, right? Because Pulse normally, you don't, like, you want to get the full 200 meters of value out of it. Here, it'll be 8 seconds. That's pretty close. Yeah, I think I was pretty close to on the money. The ideal track length for Pulse is 1,800 meters, I think. No, it's 2,000. Yeah, it's 2,000, because then you get 10 seconds out of it. But I mean, you know, regular Ogre is still extremely easy to build for this. Just need 1 dirt spark, and then she goes. You are going to be scary, right? Taiki, I think, is going to, once again, it's a mild track. She has B dirt aptitude. Her ult carries over. In a very similar manner, I think. You're probably gonna want a lot of paces and fronts on your team, just for the exact purpose of sometimes letting Taiki not get her ult. It's not, yeah, it's gonna be pretty terrifying, I think, generally. This, like, you can also slap head on her. I mean, you probably can't find Highlander easily for her, but it's going to be easy to build and very strong, right? Pasa, I expect, is not going to be good here. Despite, I mean, again, you could use her, but despite having a ult that is, like, in the right acceleration zone, I think it's just fronts are actually good on this track, again, unlike Capricorn. I think it's going to be way too easy to push her out a second, right? Like, there's not, like, a secondary activation requirement on her ult that I'm missing, right? Yeah, it just has to be greater than second. I mean, she'll be on the final straight 30 meters after the late race, right? So it'll be quite good. She'll get 8 full seconds of 0.3 if she pops it. It'll be ridiculous. Like, her ult is going to be better than Taiki's when it goes off, right? Significantly. Like, on average, Taiki is going to get 2 to 3 seconds of acceleration out of her ult. Pasa will get 8, which is damn near the entire time you're accelerating for, especially if you got this 0.3, right? But I just don't think he's really ever going to get to pop this, realistically. Unless you want to do... Pasa really needs all the speed skills. I mean, even then, the problem is, if your lobby has 2 fronts in it, you're probably cooked, right? I mean, I suppose there's the angle of, like, the final straight's long, and, you know, you'll get value out of it for a while. So, like, even... Like, I guess you could pass the front that doesn't get Rod somewhere here and then pop your ult. There's nothing that says, like, it's okay. And if you're 50 meters into the late race or something, also ult needs first or second, yeah. If you're, like, 50 meters into the late race or something, that's still very useful. It's still going to be better than any other ult here, damn near, right? But even that situation I just described is, like, you have to get to the front of the pace pack, and then you have to very quickly pass the front that didn't pop Angling and Scheming without having another Excel to rely on besides maybe head on. It's doable, right? It's doable. It might be worth it because of the fact that it's going to be so strong when you get her, when Pasa gets her ult off. She's probably gonna win. Probably. Like, you probably need like Ryan to high roll to beat Pasa. Will be my guess. Oh, I should check Dober ult on this. I think Dober ult. Does Dober ult activate in the mid race? Pasa should also get head on. That's true. Head on. That does make it easier. This idea of there are two fronts in my lobby. I get to the front of the pace pack. I activate head on as soon as the late race begins, and I pass that front. That can happen. It's just that that's not going to be a consistent win con at all, right? Like, you know, and people are, you have to also realize people are going to be even more incentivized to build lots of fronts and other paces and stuff like that because of her, right? So you are like, there's double reason that you're gonna have a lot of people in your way. So I think it's going to be hard. I think it's going to be difficult to get Pasa to do something consistently. But, I mean, certainly you can just, you know, you can just have her do it anyway, right? You can still just have her do it and like, hope, right? And if she does hit it, she'll be a monster. And if she doesn't hit it, I mean, maybe she's still okay. If you can load up, like, NSM is probably going to be not the most useful thing in the world, but it should activate every now and then. My guess is NSM is going to be pretty decent for paces in particular here, just because there's going to be a fucking pile-up all of the time, right? Yes, you're going to be fanning out right here, so by the time that you reach here, like, people are going to be mostly fanned out. It's not going to be as good as it would be on, like, a long or something like that, but there probably are going to be in excess of 4 or 5 paces per lobby on average, so the chances that, like, someone is in your way is a little higher than it otherwise might be, right? So, like, I guess you could just throw, like, head on, at least Nimble Nav on her or something. And, like, if you can get Highlander somehow, you toss that on. I don't think there's an easy way to get Highlander if the Uma doesn't just come with it, right? And then just, you know, hope for the best. Fight for the front of the pack. Also, forward march as an Excel? What the fuck is forward march? Am I losing my... Is that a... What, huh? This is news to me. Forward march? What in the world is that? Moderately prepare to aim for the front late race. What do you know? The Inari 1 card and Agnes Digital has it. Phase random. Ah, okay, so it's like on your left. I see. Yeah, I see what you mean. Phase random, again, I'm not a huge fan, even for on your left and Furious Feet, which are like... Furious Feet especially is a crazy big... Like, it's a very strong Excel, right? There we go, I can't spell. It's 3 seconds of 0.4, which is like 4 seconds of 0.4. But I feel like it's just gonna be uncommon. Just an option? No, I see what you mean. I don't know if it's a very good one though. If you have nothing else to buy, I suppose that's fair. Yeah, Pasta's interesting. You can make her work, but I think she's going to be inconsistent. She's going to be maybe gambling more than you'd like. But I mean, you probably don't have... Your average player probably doesn't have like 10 Uma they can bring here, right? So, I mean, if you can bring Taiki and Pasa, why not, I guess, right? Why not? I forget how Fantasy Pasa works. She has a very similar kind of ult, doesn't she? Where she's 4th to 7th. On the final corner, you get Excel. And you have an overtake target. Needs an overtake target on the final corner between 4th and 7th. I mean, this could certainly late activate. This is going to be a little... This is very Gamba, right? This could certainly late activate. Very, like, if you just, like, activate Speed Star or something on the final corner and, like, somewhat of a late portion of it. And now... Because overtake target is very generous, right? It's, if nothing changes, if you and the horse in front of you kept running at the same speed for 20 seconds, would you overtake them? Right? So even if you're slight, like, a velocity skill can be the difference of this, right? If you're going, like, 0.15 meters per second faster because you had a velocity skill and they didn't, you will have an overtake target. So, like, this is going to be inconsistent, but again, it could be good. It could be good, right? Christmas Ogre, I actually think is in a bit of a weird spot. I think he's also gambling super hard here, right? Whether you run her pace or late. I think it's just gonna be a little rough for her. You probably want to run her pace just for the sake of, if you're like, I probably will, just because she's not Thanos here. And running her pace means you can try to stop Thanos. This, of course, being Thanos. Even popping her ult in the mid-race is probably not the worst thing in the world. Does Maru get speed carry over here? She... no, she doesn't get second half, right? Yeah. I mean, unless she's, like, late surging or something, she will not get speed carry over. It'll happen too quick. I mean, maybe you could do some fuck shit with Maruzensky, but I would expect the answer is no, right? Because she's going to get little over... So you got 6.6 seconds, right? 6.6 seconds. Or 6.4 seconds of Excel out of this. That's not enough. Assuming you're running her pace or front, he's going to pop it immediately. So I think she's probably not great here. The Inherit is also not great. I mean, Summer Maru is I mean, he's just going to have a good ult to fight for the lead again, right? So if you're just going to run, I mean, she has Dirt D. It's not the worst thing in the world, right? You just fight for ult, you pop rods, you hope for the best. Maybe you can nimble nav off of some other front or something like that, but yeah. He's going to be a pretty, like, he's going to be standard, like, good as she is, right? He's going to be front running, popping rods, hoping for the best from there. You can't sacrifice Suzuka for her, but I don't think you should need to on a mile. You're not going to get quite as mogged by the fact that your coefficients suck ass. Go to the shitty. You don't do anything, yeah? Keep it real. Keep it real. Oh, it's acceleration. Hold on. Distance rate greater than 50 between 4th and 6th overtake target. Nimble nav a waste. We unrestrained gaming? I guess that's true. You can gamble on it. If it pops at a good time, you'll go crazy. Suzuka's non-existent in dirt? Yeah. This is basically just the 50% is roughly where the final corner starts, I think, right? It starts on around 800. Oh, it's a little earlier. It's like a slightly worse version of Pasa ult. It's a lot of Excel, though. I mean, this can pop way earlier, and you can still have something good here, right? This is going to be almost 10 seconds, 9.6 seconds of Excel. So you can pop this damn near at the start of the final corner and get some kind of value out of it. That's a really long duration on this ult, right? I mean, in 9.6 seconds, you're going to cross something in the neighborhood of 200 meters. Which is from the final corner. 200 meters is the late race, right? So as long as you pop this even like at 900 meters or something, you'll probably get some value out of it. It's not a complete joke at the very least. This could be better than I'm giving it credit for. It can also activate at like 800 meters though, right? So it'll be inconsistent again, but I don't even know what Festival Gold City does, man. I need to do a better job keeping up with these new UMA as they come out. Final corner, on a corner, and someone is trying to overtake you, get speed and Excel. Again, right? Another one that theoretically could work. Probably not great. Probably not great, especially like with people popping a lot of mid-race ults. But, you know, it could work. It could work, but again, not the most consistent thing. I mean, E, if they have A mile aptitude, you could go down as low as E pretty easily. You could even go to F if you're really thinking about it. Let's look at some of the E's. What do you do, man? What do you... Yeah, you have A mile. If they have A mile, you can get away with E dirt. It starts to be a little rough though. The reason I kind of want D as the minimum is because to get E dirt to A, you need 10 dirt sparks, which is a very intentionally chosen number, right? It guarantees that you can't get this all from one parent. So now you have to start sabotaging your second parent that is giving you mile S, which you do actually want here, right? It's not quite as critical as it is on like a long or something like that, but it's still very good. And certainly much more worth going for than it will be on Capricorn. So like Dirt E gets a little dinky, but it's doable. F, I would say, is probably not worth the time, honestly. Let's just target speed on final straight. Wait, really? Why'd they give her such a... It has preconditions. Is final corner equals 1? The girl behind you has to be closer to the railing than you. Change order one time less than 0. Excuse me? I assume it's supposed to be greater than 0? Am I losing it? Oh. Checks if your rate... Oh, I see. Checks if your position in the race has changed. Positive number means being overtaken. Oh, so I see. So this means overtake someone. Gotcha. Oh, hold on. Let me go back there. So you have to have overtaken someone. which these two basically trigger each other. If this happened, usually is behind in will happen as well. And you have to be 4th or worse. And then, on the final straight, you will get some target speed. Huh. This is really bad here. Because the final straight is right there. So if you meet all of these requirements, you are just going to increase your target speed by a lot when you're still accelerating. So this will do, unfortunately, nothing at all for you. Almost all the time. Okay, gotcha. Unfortunately, another potential Hichi L here. I mean, by the way, for all of these mid-race skills, for Gold City Festival, for example, or I think Maru as well as Final Corner, even if you don't get the acceleration carryover into the late race, it could still be very good to have speed carryover, right? Like, I probably have been a little too harsh on stuff like this. Like, you might not get any value out of the 0.3 for the ult here, but you'll still get the positioning value out of the target speed, and because this is 8 seconds long, there's a solid chance that you can get some sort of speed carryover into the late race with this as well. I say this just to highlight, again, that really just how much nothing. This is... Oh, it's over halfway through. Gotcha. That is probably not going to give her carryover, but Gold City Festival certainly could, right? I say this to highlight just how much nothing Hishi's ult is going to do, unfortunately, right? Yeah, you're all Excel. You, I think, are the same deal, right? Yeah, Final Corner. You activate this. But this is probably going to activate... Like, if you're pacing, this is probably going to activate as soon as you hit the Final Corner. So, this will be a little... This probably won't grant any carryover, right? Gold City Festival can carry over. Yeah, I don't think that Doki Doki will let you carry over here. Because if you're pacing, this is almost certain to be, like, being in the front 30% of the pack is almost guaranteed, probably, as soon as you hit the Final Corner. Right? This will probably activate immediately. In 8 seconds, it's, like, you're going to be on that Final Corner for, like, 11 seconds. Roughly. At least not in the late race. You're going to be on that Final Corner, not in the late race. Actually, I guess for closer to 10 seconds. So it's close. If you can even get a little bit of a delayed activation on this, it could work. Which is why Gold City, I think, could definitely work. But this is just, yeah, I don't think you'll ever realistically be able to do this. I don't think McQueen is gonna work out too well, right? I don't think any of these. Actually, Doto has an interesting ult, if I remember correctly. Right? Let's take a look at all these remaining Dirt E horses. Yours is like, you have to be low on HP or something like that, right? Final Corner, low on HP, 3rd to 5th. Someone a length behind you, and you've been an overtake target for 1 second, and then you get some... This is a lot of hoops. This could happen, though. Like, this could actually delay activate, and it almost doesn't need to, right? As weird as this fucking is, I mean, you're not running her anyway, because it's just mile F. Yeah, never mind. Yeah. And too much hoops to jump through, that's kind of a good thing, because it means it could delay activate, right? And if this does delay activate, you'll speed carry over. Problem is, mile F, Dirt E, right? If you're gonna be Dirt E, you kind of have to be mile A, or we're sort of wasting our time. In fact, let's just double check that. Yeah, so you're dead. What are we doing? Looking at horses for the Dirt CM upcoming. Yeah, you're dead. I mean, this is me. I don't think so. You're dead. Probably same thing here. Yup. Yeah, you're dead. Yeah. Like, a lot of these Dirt E horses also just don't have good mile aptitude, right? Gold City does. He's Dirt D. Yeah, man. So I don't know. The only Curran has mile, doesn't she? I mean, Dirt F. No, she doesn't. Yeah, Curran's probably not super usable here either. It's gonna be really hard to get like 10 mile sparks. Actually, it's impossible, right? You can't get 10 mile sparks and 7 10 dirt sparks and 7 mile sparks for her. You literally can't do that. And then you would also need to hit 2 inspirations. So I think Curran, everything as Dirt F is basically unusable, I think. Yeah, it's tough, man. There's a relatively small roster of like good horses for this. I mean, that's what Dirt does to you, right? Oh yeah, you don't have mile aptitude either, do you? Yeah, I shouldn't have even looked at you. Your inherit's not gonna be super useful either. It really is. It's like Gold City Festival. Like basically all of the E Dirt horses don't have mile aptitude, so it really is like the cutoff happens here. Like Gold City Festival is probably the last usable horse here, I could actually see her being quite good, in fact. I think there's a real world where she gets some speed carryover at the very least out of her ult, pretty commonly. Probably not on the Excel, but decent chance to get some speed carryover and she can like combo it into like a head-on and maybe a nimble nav and maybe a Highlander if you can somehow get it on her or something like that. Gold City herself could potentially get some Excel carryover too, just because of the fucking insane length on her ult. But, right? Maru's going to be a frontrunner. She'll do frontrunner things, or Summer Maru. Regular Maru is probably not good here, I would guess. I don't think you can ever get Redshift to do anything. Christmas Ogre, I do think, I'll have to think about it, but I do think she's going to struggle a little bit to find any kind of consistency on her ult. Maybe that's okay. Maybe you just go, fuck it, we're going to pop the ult in the mid-race, and then, you know, use, like, head-on and other shit, like head-on and nimble nav or something like that, and that'll be what we do. We're just going to use positioning in the late race, or in the mid-race with the ult. You can probably... Actually, you know what? That is true. Something I've been giving everyone else credit for, and I have not been giving Christmas Ogre credit for it. It is with Hydrate and Race Planner both, and if you can find a third mid-race skill to Gamba on, maybe Pure Heart or something like that, the odds that you get some kind of speed carryover out of this are probably very high, right? The odds that this activates, you know, a little bit into that final corner is probably quite... It's like 40, 50% or something like that. To get value out of the acceleration is going to be a lot less common, right? But to get just a lot of positioning value out of this and then be at that slightly higher target speed when the late race hits, that probably is going to happen almost more on her than anyone else, right? So I think he's still going to be solid here. But to me, maybe I'm missing something huge. And I'm definitely going to... Obviously, I'm biased. So I'm going to look... U equals MA squared. Ooh, right. That is phase random 1, right? And you have to be 3rd or 4th, which, I mean, you're going to be wanting to fight anyway. Is this phase random? No. It's as soon as you distance rate greater than 50. 3rd, 4th. Yeah, no, it's not. Right? These, of course, they wouldn't be phase random. It's an ult. The inherit is the same, too, right? Yeah. That's a little early. This is a little early. Why does her ult do all of that but Aishin Flash? Listen, man. Gaibutsu. Ashen Beast of Kasumatsu. It's not my fault that she's goated. Pure Heart is also... No, it is phase random. Oh, it might be Pure Heart. Yeah, it might just be... Yeah, Pure Heart might be better. It might just be Pure Heart, Hydrate, preferred position, and then just hope that the odds that one of those three activates late enough into the mid-race that you get some speed carryover should be pretty good, right? Like, it should be over 50%. There's also not that many good inherits here. So spending one of your inherits on Pure Heart is probably not the craziest thing you've ever done. The problem is you're probably not going to find like a Super Creek with very relevant pink sparks for this CM. The good news is that Ogre almost doesn't need them, right? She comes with B Dirt and A Mile already, so you don't need as many. You can maybe afford to dump one. It's interesting. Maybe Christmas Ogre is going to be a little better than I'm giving her credit for, but to me, this definitely feels like the CM where she's going to be weakest so far, right? Contrary to popular belief, I think she was very good in the Armakinan, as you might expect out of Ogre, right? I think she was very good in the Armakinan. I think he's going to be very good in Capricorn, like Thanos level in Capricorn. But I don't think he's going to be very good here. I think this is probably going to be the weak... I think he's going to be fine here. There's not a lot of horses that are, like, knockouts here. It really is only Taiki Shuttle, right? So she's probably not going to be... And maybe Summer Maru, just because fronts, angling, and scheming. She's probably going to be the most consistent front at getting angling and scheming, etc., right? But yeah, there's really only Taiki as, like, a knockout horse here. So, like, Ogre is probably going to be in that, like, A tier right below, along with, like, Pasa is probably going to be quite good here. Well, she can be. She's going to be very Gamba, but when she goes off, she's going to just win the race, probably. Debuffers don't seem good here. On a mile, I mean, you could... The debuffing strat that I could see working is, like, triple late, double dominator stuff again, right? Well, no, because, again, who are you doing that on? Right? I was just thinking about it. Boy, you're gonna bring Dirt G Grass Wonder? You're gonna bring Dirt G Symboli Rudolph? Right? You're gonna bring fucking Dirt G Agnes Tachyon? Yeah, so even Dominator is not really going to be realistic here, right? And of course, Nice Nature on a mile race is, I mean, you can't even get Murmur to pop, and All-Seeing Eyes is very inconsistent, right? So Nice Nature is not going to be very real here either. And no one is going to be struggling for stamina here anyway. So, I mean, you could do it, right? Debuffers are generally not very good, but they are very easy, right? They are very easy to build, but... Yeah, I mean, the only real standout here to me is Taiki. I mean, you can't even run... Yeah, Saiyan is Dirt G as well, right? I mean, Maru is probably going to be the premier frontrunner, of course. Gold City Festival, Christmas Ogre, Pasa, regular Ogre are probably all really good pace chasers here, right? Not... Taiki is going to be the Thanos of pace chasers. Smart Falcon... They got Saiyans winning with Dirt C, by the way. I'm sure they do. Like, it's not gonna be impossible. And certainly grabbing, angling, and scheming is going to be good. But I would expect her to be very inconsistent here unless you can out-muscle people. You can get your Saiyan to win, right? But you probably need her to have, like... You probably need a few MLB SSRs to do that shit, will be my guess. Right? Because you also... If you're running Dirt C, that means you have to beat Maru in a fight for Rod. You know what I mean? Like, you have to beat Dirt A Maru in a fight for rods when you're fucking taking a minus 30% to your Excel. Like, you have like a negative groundwork in the beginning, right? It's like, it's minus 30% power is what it is, right? So you have like the equivalent of like this Maru's got 2 groundworks on you or something. Again, if she hits angling, it's gonna be probably even, well, even then, it's like if she hits angling, her tops, well, I guess her mile aptitude is fine, right? Her top speed should be okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. You definitely want to get her to at least mile A, right? This is going to be and her aptitude growth. Well, 10% stamina at least is probably completely wasted here. This one's gonna be a pain in the ass to build, right? But like you could do it. You definitely need her to get to at least mile A. It is true, by the way, that, you know, Vayne does bring up an interesting point that like your surface aptitude is not as important. Right? Because it's a power debuff. It's a power debuff. So your surface... It is probably true that you can get away with Dirt B on a lot of these horses. Maybe even Dirt C on all these horses. Because you're going to be eating like a negative 15% power debuff if you're on Dirt B. And like a negative 25? 30% power debuff or something like 20%? I think it's... I can't remember how. Right? On Dirt C. So like... It's doable. It's not the same thing as your distance aptitude being ass, right? Because at the end of the day, power does 2 things, basically. It will help you get, you know, it'll help you fight for positioning with your pack at the very beginning of the race, and it will help your acceleration. Unless, if you have like a really good Excel skill that you're relying on, your power becomes significantly less important, right? Does it matter less since the course is shorter? No, it matters more because the course is shorter. It's just that if there are reliable accelerations you can use, one of the reasons power is so good for Capricorn is because all of your Excels suck ass. So odds are you're going to be relying on your raw Excel a lot more than you would, right? But on a track like this, almost every Excel you can think of is viable here, right? Except for like Redshift, right? But like Iron works, I believe. Oh, actually, how does fuck? I never remember how moving past and beyond works. Obviously, Dober herself probably not, just because. Well, Mile A. I mean. Honestly, this is something that I maybe am not giving enough credit. If you have Mile A, especially baseline, you could probably just fucking rock this. Like, would 10 sparks... Because when Vayne said they got Saiyans winning with Dirt C, I was like, there's no way. And I was like, wait, no, it's Dirt C. It's not Mile C, it's Dirt C. That is significantly less important, right? So if you put 10 Dirt Sparks on her ass, she gets to what? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, so she goes F, E, D, C, yeah. So with 10 Dirt Sparks, you get her to Dirt C, and you don't even need to invest that much into her mile to try and get Mile S. Right? Dirt C is not the worst thing in the world if you have a reliable Excel that you can work on. Because if you do that, your power becomes a significantly smaller portion of your acceleration. Does it still hurt? Obviously. But whereas like Mile C is kind of like, you're probably just going to lose. Dirt C is more, you are walking in with a pretty big handicap, but it's definitely overcomable. Right? Yeah, final corner in the mid-race and not on a corner. Oh, wait, no, this... Yeah, it's going to activate here, right? Yeah, so no, her ult is not very good here because it'll activate as soon as you're in position on the final corner. It'll be very Redshift-like because of the fact that the final corner happens in the mid-race. Because phase late race here and Is final corner equals 0? Yeah, so if you haven't hit the final corner yet. Yeah, so that's not going to happen. So you're going to get this one. This one, you can gamba on it, but most likely this is going to hit like sometime in the mid-race. So you're going to waste this entirely. So no, Dober is not very good here. But like Iron should work, right? Angling will work. I guess it is a little bit more limited than I'm giving it credit for, right? I mean, obviously the universal shit, like head on or on your left or something. Highlander exists here. You can nimble nav maybe. There's not that many excels, right? But for Saiyan in particular, since your whole goal is get rod anyway, I will say for fronts, it feels like it's a little bit of a worse deal because that second thing that power does, aka accelerate you at the start of the race, you might feel a little bit. Though you do also get the big bonus to excel at the start of the race anyway through groundwork. You get the big bonus to excel at the start of the race anyway through the start dash bonus. So never mind. Yeah, I guess it's probably fine, right? You could get away with it. You could get away with it, right? At first I was like, fuck no. And dirt aptitude is not nearly as big of a deal as mile aptitude, right? You could get away with it. Saiyan in particular, I still think it's a little annoying just because you need 10 dirt sparks and 4 mile sparks. So you need a very particular parent to actually get her to even get to mile A, let alone mile S. But you can make it work. The problem is, like, for example, you know, you get to people like, not Grass Wonder. Is it you? Which one of you doesn't have... Well, yeah, you're not too bad, actually. You're mile C. But I guess it was a lot of the E aptitude ones, right? Were the ones that, like Meisho Doto here, who had, like, E dirt and F mile. Like, this gets a little rough. You can make it work though, right? Front player, indomitable spirit, whatever you say, man. Bow your head to the woke surgeon. You can make it work, right? Dirt aptitude is not as B probably is you know, if you can get to B, that'll be great, right? So even if you could get like, you know, Tamama's got she got E mile, yeah. But if you could get her to like B dirt, which you can definitely do just by 10 dirt sparks here, it's not so bad, right? Especially if the horse has some kind of built-in, relatively consistent acceleration, or at least an acceleration they have to hit to even have a win con, right? So I guess that does open up the web a little bit more, right? Like, what about fucking Akabono? She got B mile. Her ult activates too early though. Yeah, her ult activates too early. But you can start to look at really, and the dirt aptitudes, even as far as G, as long as they have some kind of mile aptitude, probably are usable, right? Rice Shower, does she have any? Mile C? This is really annoying, right? If you want to settle for mile A, this can be done. Not even that, with that much difficulty, right? You just need, like, a pretty good dirt parent you can find, like, on fucking Chrono Genesis or something like that. And then you find 4 mile sparks. This could be doable. Obviously, it comes with Highlander is the reason I'm saying it. But, like, it does open up the portal a lot more, right? Yeah, like, Dirt G, Mile C, the shit is fucking a pain in the ass, right? But, like, if you want to gamba on Iron, you theoretically could. I'm not gonna do it, but if you really want to, you know, feel free. Is there anyone who's, like, it's really worth doing? Like, saying I could actually, just because angling is going to be really good, and she has the best version of angling, I could see it actually being worthwhile. Is there anyone else who it's, like, worth to dig out of this, like, hole here, this aptitude hole? Not really, right? Like, do you want to do some resplendent red ace shit? I mean, she's got mile A. It's not the worst thing in the world. You want to get her to dirt C and try to resplendent red ace her ass? You could do it, right? It pops a little too early, though, is the problem, right? Gold chip's probably not super worth doing here. Suzuka is probably not super worth doing here. I mean, unless you want to specifically do, like, some kind of sacrifice play or something like that. Your mile aptitude is too low. Like, you might be useful for this, but your mile aptitude is too low in combination with your very low dirt aptitude. Yeah, it really might only, like, Saiyan might be the only one who's got, you know, enough of a reason to actually put all of that effort in. Because, like, the answer you always have to ask yourself is, like, you know, why aren't you, if you're running a front runner, why aren't you just running Marzensky or Smart Falcon? Maybe you don't have Smart Falcon, or one of them, right? But if you're a front main, you don't have either of these, what are you doing? But, like, why aren't you running Marzensky or Smart Falcon, right? Why aren't you running, like, Taiki Shuttle, Pasa, Basic Ogre? Like, all of these are going to be significantly better than some random fella you just pulled out of the dirt here, and easier to build. So the only one to me that looks like it has like a good answer to that question is, oh, I have the best Anglican scheming, right? I'd argue aren't the front main if you don't have one of the big three. Damn, front gatekeeping. Come to the woke surger paradise. We don't do that shit. We welcome everyone with open arms. Yeah. So like, there is always this question of like, at the end of the day, right? Summer Maruzensky, either of the gold cities, Christmas Ogre, regular Ogre, fuck Haru, right? Taiki, Pasa, Falcon, like all of these are going to be significantly better than like most horses you could pull, even if you equalized the aptitudes, right? Even if you equalized the aptitudes, it would be like they would still be better, right? So you really have to have a good reason to go digging in here, and it feels to me like Saiyan is probably the only one worth that effort. Big three are Sky, Esmaru, and Clanker, right? Yeah, don't call her that twin. That's not her name. Rice Shower's gonna kill you. You better watch out. Esmaru Saiyan and Smalkin right now, then Valentine Bourbon when she comes out. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What am I gonna do? I don't fucking know. Taiki. I mean, I guess. The problem is, it feels like there's anti-synergy running paces alongside Pasa, you know what I mean? Like, I was gonna say Taiki, Pasa, Christmas Ogre. Cool, awesome, done. Right? Done, dusted, move on. The problem is that the more paces you have, the less odds she actually has of doing anything. But maybe you just keep her as the backup anyway. She's basically Major Orion here. Like, most of the time, Ryan doesn't pop her ult, but if she does, oh boy, if she does, right? He is going to be the dirt pace version of Ryan, where, like, if everything goes perfectly and she ends up getting to the front of the pack and there aren't that many fronts in the lobby and, she probably will just win on the spot when she pops her ult. So I guess I might just do Taiki, Pasa, and Christmas Ogre. The more I think about it, the more I think Christmas Ogre is better than I'm giving her credit for, right? She's not as good as I don't think anyone is as good as Taiki, by the way. I think Taiki, once again, is going to be the best horse for this by quite a margin. What that's going to mean, though, right? Because Taiki is the best horse by far for this, what that actually means is the best horses by far for this are like Maruzensky. Well, Summermaru, right? Summermaru and Smart Falcon. Because Taiki is like twice as good as any other horse on this track. In reality, Summer Maruzensky and Smart Falcon are the two best horses for this track. Because the best horses on this track are the ones that are going to keep Taiki from ulting. Yeah. Like, Gold City. Like, anyone who can just, like, have a mid-race velocity ult or front run and just get in her way. Basically. Because Taiki, I mean, she doesn't have the most shit to fight in the mid-race, right? Changing gears. But she doesn't have, like, her ult itself doesn't help her, it doesn't, like, position her well or anything like that. So, it is going to be the exact same thing. I think it's going to be a repeat of Virgo. Where Taiki is Thanos, and therefore Thanos is actually lots of fronts and paces who can get in her way. You are a little bit slimmer for pickings on fronts, though. Right? Like, Maruzensky is kind of a throw, I think. I don't think he's going to be good here at all. So you really are down to... You can't front run, can you? No. Not reasonably, anyway. So yeah, you really are just down to Summer Maru, Smart Falcon. Can you front run? No, hell no. And then if you really want to pull her out of the muck, you can go with... if you really want to pull her out of the muck, I suppose you can go with Saiyan Sky. Red Maru's a late surger on Miles? No, I get you. But, like, even then... I don't know, man. It feels to me like... It's going to be very inconsistent. Again, if you can hit it... Like, if you can hit it at a good time, it's going to be good. My problem with Maru is, like... When you hit it at a good time, it's going to be, like, fine, right? Like, at least with Pasa, it's like, I'm gambling, and if she hits her ult, she's getting 8 seconds of Excel. Most of the time, even if you get Maruzensky ults to pop, like, Redshift to pop at a moment where it's, like, semi-useful, you only have 6.4 seconds of this, which is, like it has to pop in the later half of the final corner, which is already kind of tough. And even if that happens, you will get basically a Taiki ult out of it. Right? And most of the time, it'll be significantly worse than that. Like, you know, what Taiki will just get for existing most of the time, you will get if you get lucky Very lucky. Right? Because you have to also, like, you have to not be 5th or better at the beginning of the final corner, but you also have to make sure you get there before it's too late. Right? It can work. It can work. But I don't know. I would wager I'm not too impressed with it. And the other problem with it, unless it's way more consistent than I'm giving it credit for, I think one of the big problems with lates in the CM is her. Right? It's her. Again, it's not the same with Pasa and Capricorn because it's so easy to get her off her win condition. But one of the big problems with running lates in this cup is that it makes her ult easier for her to activate. And I think if Taiki is consistently popping her ult, she is probably beating you most of the time. Right? It's not ridiculous. Like, it's not like, you know, she's getting, again, she'll be getting 3 seconds, roughly, I think, of carryover on this. A little under 3 seconds, a little over 3 seconds. It'll be a little bit variable. So it's not like she's getting a ridiculous amount of Excel, but it's the most consistent thing that anyone's got here by like a mile, right? And it will at least be consistently better than like a front popping angling and nothing else, for example. So it does just kind of outdo, on average, most win cons here, if she's going to be popping it consistently. And the problem with running lates is that it makes it easier for her to get to 3rd or 4th. Now, there is a weird thing with Taiki where you can have her get like 2nd too early, and then it's like, ah, shit, I'm 2nd. You know, that's actually too far ahead. I can't pop my ult. That tends to not be bad for her, though. In my experience, most of the time that this happened in Virgo, what ended up happening is because she didn't pop her ult, someone else got in front of her, and she just late activated her ult, and it got even better for her, right? Her ult she got like the full fucking thing, or something like that. She activates it like right at the start of the late race, and then you actually go straight to hell, right? So, I don't know. Running lates here feels rough for me for the exact purpose that this bitch exists. ACAB does apply to Taiki Shuttle, and she is going to be very much limiting your build options for teams, I think. You could just do whatever the fuck you want. You could just go, fuck you, Mr. Streamer. I like late surgers. I'm going to run 3 late surgers. But you are going to be playing right into Thanos' hand. And if you're okay having Thanos literally pull a gun out and shoot you in the head for resisting arrest, then that's cool, man. That's all well and good, but it's gonna happen, right? I think it's a hard, like, to not run a pace or a front, they have to be like really good. Like they have to be I will win the race for you on my own if you bring me good. And I just don't think one of those exists. Like, maybe the closest thing to this is Riot. Like, if you could get all the way through the mile C, dirt G, if you can get her up to, like, dirt C, mile A or something, and you go, well, if she hits red shifts, or no, if she hits iron, right? Then, sure, but I don't know. To me, I am not super impressed. Or if you just want to go, fuck it, you know, we're going triple dominator. You got Mile A, right? We're going Dirt C or B, Grass Wonder. We're going fucking Dirt C or B, Rudolph with Mile A, right? We're going like fucking Dirt C or, well, you have Mile D. Yeah, you're probably a little out of striking range, right? Be like, fuck it, we're going triple dominator late surgers, and I'm gonna shit on everyone, I guess. But again, just be warned, right? Taiki does 5 warning shots to the head while you're trying to overtake. Your fault for not listening to simple instructions. Exactly. He and I is the mild debuff, not Dominator. Oh, is Dominator medium only? I always forget. I forgot it had. Oh, because Tether is, and Tether is Dominator white. Yeah. Dominator is mild only, isn't it? Or medium only. Yes. Okay. Never mind. Yeah. That does make Gold City potentially a little better, right? But okay, so yeah, no, that is. Yeah, there's just not. I just don't think there's a reason to run a late surger realistically here, right? And that, listen. I like both. I'm a pace late Andy, but I am definitely leaning more towards late. I'm like Ogre. Why am I a pace late Andy? Because Ogre runs pace and late. Okay, that's the fucking answer. So it's not really that big, but at the end of the day, Ogre can still run pace, so I'm chilling. But like, it does hurt me to say this, but like, I just don't think there's a good reason to run pace, and it's because of fucking this fucking ice agent right here, man. She's just gonna kill you. Like you can't let her do this. I think you just can't consistently let her do this, or you're going to have a very bad time. Real quick, doing that math again. Second half of the final corner. The final corner is 225 meters long, right? So half of that is 112.5, 875 plus 112.5, 987.5. The late race starts at 1067 on this track, right? So that's a little under. It's 79.5 meters. You'll cross that in about 4 seconds. She'll get about 2.5 seconds of Excel out of her ult, right? 6-7, indeed. She'll get about 2.5 seconds of Excel out of her ult. Now, you might go, that's not very good. It's 2.5 seconds of 0.4, right? So that's a really big deal. That's, you know, even Pasa's ult is only 0.3, right? Christmas Ogre is only 0.3. He's getting 2.5 seconds of 0.4. As an example, as a comparison point, right? If you look at, like, a front runner popping Inherited Rod, right? If we look at angling and scheming, the Inherited version, right, is going to be about 3 seconds of 0.2. She gets about 3 seconds of 0.4. Little less, but it'll come out roughly in the wash. So it's about twice as good as a frontrunner getting Rod. And if you don't build around it, if you don't build around stopping her from doing that, she does it most races. 3rd and 4th for a pace chaser in an environment where fronts are quite common is still not going to be that hard, right? So he just has double, like, Rod that is twice as good. And it's, you know, and she does it like every race. It's very hard for her to not hit it. So I feel like you just kind of have to build around stopping her, which means fronts, which means paces, which means Summer Maru, which means Smart Falcon, which means like Ogre, Pasa, Gold City, right? Primarily. It is a very small, Haru, unfortunately, my dearest daughter, also has a bit of a problem here where, right, she really wants to late or end. And you can make her work. I'm sure I'm going to run into Harus in the CM, and I'm sure they're going to beat me sometimes, and I'm gonna have the dumbest smile on my face the whole time. But again, she does play right into the ACAB win condition, I fear, right? So that's kind of that. They really, like, they shooting for victory would have been less powerful, I guess, but just a lot more common. They really did limit Taiki to specifically miles most of the time. Like, even on sprints, she's often not very good. Like on Capricorn, she's not very good at all, right? But well, actually, yeah, I don't think she gets like no carryover on Capricorn, I think. But they did just say, okay, for every mile CM for the rest of fucking time, she's got dirt aptitude, right? So you can't even get away from her on dirt. She's got dirt aptitude, she's got turf aptitude, she's got mile A. On every mile CM for the rest of fucking time, you got to worry about Thanos right here. Have you seen what the next sprint CM track looks like? Is it just a straight line? Hold up. Is it 1,000 meters? The 1,000 meter one, like, doesn't have a turn, right? Isn't that true? When is the next? Oh, this one? Nakayama 1200? Is that what you're talking about? That's far. I mean, that's going to be into Mance easily, but what's wrong with Nakayama 1200? You don't fuck with Nakayama race course? Yeah, I think that one. You don't fuck with Nakayama Festa? What in the world? Doesn't start on a straightaway. I mean, it just looks funny. I don't think it's particularly weird. Is the whole thing a downhill? No, it's only 200 meters. Like I was gonna say, is the whole fucking thing a downhill? No, it goes back to normal here. The whole early race is a downhill. That's interesting. Ugly ass track. Yeah, it does just look fucked up for sure. I don't think it's like particularly weird. Like as far as mechanically, it looks about normal. But it does not look very pretty. Certainly. Ugly ass track confirmed. But yeah, man, keep your eyes out for Thanos. Taiki ult on this track? Oh, shit. Wait, what is it? What does the final corner look like? Oh, wait. It might be too... Oh, jeez. Wait, second half, 250. No, hold on. She won't get carryover here. It's not good, right? Oh, no. Late race starts at 800, not 9. Oh, okay. Wait, am I dumb? Yeah. Oh, it's really good. Oh, it's gonna be really good. Yeah. I am dumb. Let me double check real quick. She's not just like randomly good on Capricorn, and I forgot, right? I'm pretty sure I remember that for Chukio 1200, she is not loving her life. Oh yeah, it's because this corner is so long. Yeah. The corner's too long. She doesn't get carryover. But on this one, she is going to activate her ult at 775, and the late race starts at 800. Ah, okay, cool. Well, it's okay. Well, we'll be in a whole different meta. We'll have Evo skills by then. It'll be a whole other meta, man. Don't even worry about it. Just barely times on Capricorn? Yeah. Because on Capricorn here, she activates, this is 250. She activates it on 675. She gets about 5 seconds out of it. Yeah, it'll run out like right before the late race. It'll run out at like 780 or something, which means it's useless, right? Because it's not a speed carryover, it's an Excel carryover. You want like a decent overlap. That's because this corner starts a little earlier, and it's the entire mid race, whereas this one starts 100 meters later. Is the big difference. Wow. Okay, it's okay. We'll be in a whole other meta by then. Don't even fucking worry about it, man. It does look this Dirt CM, this fucking whatever it's called. Aries Cup? Wait, which one is it? It is Aquarius. It's Aquarius. Yeah, this is gonna be annoying because I think this might start like the day before Mant comes out, or like the day after Mant comes out, or like Mant might be like at the start of round 2 or something. So you're probably going to spend a whole bunch of time building your Taiki, building your Ogre, building your Pasa, building your Maru, and then it's gonna be like, completely and utterly fucking irrelevant now because if it like came out on the day of finals, at least you're in finals, right? Who cares? Even if I'm gonna get mogged by some like Mant god, I'm still in Group A finals. Who cares, man? I might get second or something like that. But if it comes out in like the beginning of round 1, it's like, I'm not even gonna make it the fucking finals if I don't rebuild all my shit, right? Build the Jobber, save your main ace for Mant. I guess build something to get you through round 1. We'll know better. We're still like we're looking too far in the future, right? We'll know better when the March schedule comes out, when exactly this comes out, when exactly Mant starts, all of that. But it looks like it might. I think it's right before round 1. That'd be tough. A little better, I guess. It's better than like. It's all gonna be a little cursed, right? We'll know more like a week before this happens or something. We'll probably have this is probably gonna be like March 5th, 6th, 7th, something like that. So we'll have the schedule and we'll know. But even if it's only finals, Mant Aces just blow your aces out of the water. No, I agree. But it's like, if it's only finals, you go, fuck it, man. One guy will have a Mant Ace, I'll get second or something. You know, you can be a little lazier with it, right? Whereas like if it's round 2, it's like I'm not even gonna win. Like I'm not even gonna get to the finals, man. I'm gonna fucking flunk out of the I'm gonna fucking flunk out of the CM. Okay. Cool. As for Capricorn, no playing the game as usual. I got distracted talking about Aquarius. But as for Capricorn, I think I am going to build a Bakshin, right? Is going to be the final. So the total is going to be Pace Bakshin, late Air Groove, late Ogre. I think that's fine. Throwing one Pace in there just to get in Pasa's way could also be good. Bakshin in particular is very good with her mid-race ult, right? So she can really fight for position there before the late race begins, get in her way. For anyone, people are probably still going to bring her, right? So it's still a good idea to build against her a little bit. But unlike Thanos over here, you only need to put in a little bit. You need to put in like one tech card in your deck to reasonably get in the way of Pasa versus like you need to fucking build your entire comp around not letting her ult. Yeah, Mambo, indeed. When is Mambo anyway? She already out? She's a 2-star. I need Mambo. Well, she's not out. Okay. I gotta throw some tickets at the very least at her banner, right? She's the only reason I even fucking know about this game or its existence. No gaming? Why am I here? I don't know. You've been here 45 streams in a row, man. If you can't answer this question at that point, then it comes out on Mans with Kita. Gotcha. If you can't answer this question at this point, I don't know what to tell you, Jay. It's okay though. Surely, like next Uma stream is like Uma Musume Pretty Derby Champions Meeting Capricorn Cup, right? Or something? It's gonna be like next week. Yeah, it's February 9th. Wait, February 9th? That's Monday. Yeah, we'll be in the middle of the Champions Meet though. So, you know, every Annie gives a new free-to-play horse. I see. So like, you know, we'll have some gaming then, certainly. For now, I have a pizza next to me that's sitting there. It's getting cold. I'm looking at it. And I also have to go make sure that I have everything ready for tomorrow so I don't get fired. I'm kidding. I don't think I'm at any risk of losing my job. I am still very much a junior employee, and the thing we're doing is like there's a lot of people working on it and stuff like that. But I would be really good to do really well at this, and you know, really settle in, show that I should not be. Maybe I should be allowed to continue working there for as long as possible. Regardless, I'm gonna go work. Surely Brick must be aware that they looking this handsome puts him in peril. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know what? A lot of the times I'm like, I'm a handsome boy, and you know, I do look better than I expected. But I'm a bit of a mess right now. I've been like in between fucking naps and waking up and working, and like I didn't shower yesterday because I was too busy and shit like that. So I feel like I'm a bit of a mess, but you know, I'm kind of killing it, I guess. I'm kind of killing it. Paid chatter? No such thing. No such thing. Everyone, it's just really hard. Even at my lowest, this is like the least put together I've been in like the past fucking 2 months or something like that. But I'm still just that guy. That's crazy. Still no YouTube chat on screen are the ones who compliment you the most. Listen, it came at a bad time, okay? I was like, okay, well, no. Like 2 weeks ago, I was like, I promise I'm gonna put YouTube chat on screen next week, and then I forgot. That's just me. I'm evil. Sleep with one eye open while I'm still alive. Gotcha. Will do. I'm just evil. But then I was like, next week for sure. And then this has been the busiest week of my life in the past. The busiest week of like the past 12 months of my life. Okay, so it came at a rough time. Okay, I promise it'll happen. I promise it'll happen at some point. Hopefully soon. All right, hopefully soon. Anyways, I don't need to take this harassment, man. I'm gonna go fucking eat my pizza and then work. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you not tomorrow. I don't stream tomorrow, but I'll see you on Saturday for some Grand Blue coaching if you're subbed. Sunday for not a tournament, some replay review, some wellness practice, and then Monday is Ilsa. Monday should be Ilsa, I think. So that'll be a great time. The 10th in Japan means the 9th over here, right? So Monday should be Ilsa. It'll be a very good time. We'll check her out. We'll see if she's broken. Regardless, I'll see you Saturday if you're subbed. Sunday if you're not. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Go out and hug someone that you love and tell them that they matter to you. I know that you know that they know, but sometimes it's nice to just reassure people and say it verbally, communicate it, you know? It's good to remind people, to reassure them, to show them how much you appreciate them. Because at the end of the day, man, when the government points a gun at your head, the only thing you have left is the community around you, all right? Anyways, have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you later. Peace. いつかサンタさんに見てもらいたくてな。